You're listening to the Bourbon Nerds Podcast. Episode Bourbon Killed the Radio Star, featuring Michael Gabbard, a.k.a. Mike Drop, the morning show from 96.1, and 19 other jobs that he does. Welcome to the show. Welcome back to another Bourbon Nerds episode. We're excited to have none other than the one Mike Drop. Mike, how you doing today, sir?
What's up, man?
Nothing much. Doing great.
Living the dream.
Living La Vida Loca.
I feel like Garrett and I got a divorce, and I didn't even realize it. It's been so long since we've recorded. There's so much happening, like
We've
South
been
Park.
so many video things, yeah.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of videos. South Park came out and bashed Trump. Paramount's trying to merge.
Golly,
the world's
man.
ending. Israel.
I personally, and you know, the thing about South Park, just real quick, I don't even care about like who they make fun of or anything, but whenever they get super political, it just almost seems forced.
Yeah.
And so like there was a couple parts like Cartman in the electric car was hilarious, but like I'm just like, this all feels forced. Whatever, you know. I get it. I get what you're trying to do, but anyway.
Yeah, so this, just a little bit of knowledge before we get started. This is our 31st episode.
Wow.
It's nuts. We didn't even realize it. We just dropped our D&D episode.
And I was like, oh yeah, this is our 30th episode, Jody. I was like, why didn't you say that before?
It would have been nice to know that while we were recording, but nonetheless, so yeah, I'm really excited, looking forward. I know I had reached out to Gabbard and be like, why wouldn't we get you on? You're Mr. Radio in the Durant, Texoma, Arkansas, Texas, John Jingleheimer Smith area.
His name is my name too.
Well, Mike, kick us off, man. Tell us about you and what you do and why you're here today.
God, how much time do we have?
Why are you here?
Yeah.
That's the problem. Man, I wake up every morning. I do the Mike Drop morning show on Mix 96.1. And if you're curious here's my plug. If you're curious to listen to it and you're not in the Texoma area, just download Mix 96.1's app and you can listen anytime from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. That's where I'm at.
That's awesome.
6 a.m.
Yeah, bro. Waking up at 4 a.m. is for the birds, man.
I know.
You mentioned having a baby. I can't imagine having a baby and getting up at 4 a.m.
Kids.
Oh,
You have
man.
5 kids?
Five
Holy
kids.
cow, dude.
Well, technically, I've got 4 that are my own, but I count the 5th as my own.
Hey, I got
It's,
some
my
news.
girlfriend's.
Snip, snip, brother.
Well, I just figured out how it happens.
Yeah.
And
you take a pair of scissors and you just...
you just
do it yourself at home. No
You
big
cut
deal.
the baby, right? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Y'all watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
We'll get
absolutely.
into
It's my favorite show.
All right, mine too. All right, we'll get into that here in a little bit because the new season dropped, and I'm like,
I haven't seen the new
ecstatic.
season yet, but I do love that show.
But anyway, I do that sports.
Talking about the baby oil. I just got that.
The
Yeah.
baby oil.
He's like, so what do? You smash the baby?
No, man, they wring them out, like a towel.
That show is so good. If you don't
I
watch
love that
Always
show.
Sunny in Philadelphia, you're missing out.
It took
One
me
of
a
the
second
greatest
because that was
comedy
just the
shows
one I
ever.
just watched. And I actually need to go back and watch it again because I've been
God,
drinking
that's
too
awesome.
much when I watched it.
It's so awesome.
I think you're redlining over there.
I'm not.
No, I saw a red dot.
Yeah, I might have got a little too excited there.
That's
It's okay.
okay.
We
That
can
was
edit
fun.
it out. That's what we have editing for.
Really? Do we have an editor?
Yep.
I'm just joking.
Ethan Adams.
We can't afford that.
Can't afford
Anyway.
the editor.
All right, sorry. Let's get back on it. Let's get the train on the tracks, boys.
So I do that, the sports or the morning show. Obviously, I do sports broadcasting, and that is during the school year probably my main job outside of the morning show itself, because I handle basically sports for 13 different schools, including colleges, and so I'm the kind of the guy that gets the people on track to where they need to be to make a sports broadcast sound great.
Yeah.
So you just have multiple people that go to different games
so
and stuff?
they go to different games. We tell them where to go, obviously, but I train them how to do a sport, because there's a lot that goes into it. The video stuff, because we do video for all the schools.
Yeah.
How to learn how to run the equipment, how to make sure that your audio is good, make sure you don't sound like a dummy when you're on there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like if you listen to a sports broadcast, especially a local one, everybody is so gung ho about one team, but you listen to a sports broadcast on ESPN or whatever, and they keep it down the middle.
They try to. There's a couple times where you're like, all right, well, I know who this guy's.
You should make a hat that says MSBGA, make sports broadcasting great again.
But so yeah, I do a lot of that, and then of course I do sports broadcasting myself. A lot of the stuff that you see for Southeastern Oklahoma State University, I'm very tied into.
Yeah.
Even though I don't do a lot of the play-by-play for that, I enjoy the video side of it. So that is kind of like my main go-to with the company is sports. But I do, marketing, advertising as well. That's kind of a big deal because obviously radio stations, they don't make money unless they
Advertise.
advertise.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So, I've been doing that for about 10 years. I do TV advertisement. I create TV advertisement and things of that nature.
What do you think about having us on your morning drop show sometime? We come on.
Anytime, man.
That'd be cool.
Dude, I always take guests.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about radio is that I never have anybody else to talk to. It's just me.
Yeah, I've listened to your
lonely in
show
there.
sometimes. I'm like, that's Gabbard.
Yeah.
I had before I forget, I had a question. Did you like, cause I've known you for a long time, we've crossed paths many different times in many different ways, but did you like create your radio voice or cause like I've noticed like you're on the mic and kind of earlier just like,
It's a habit.
welcome, this is Michael Gabbard. I'm here.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Tampax. If
Did you
don't
practice?
Use them, I will.
Did you practice? Not a sponsor. But it's Tampax. If you want to sponsor us, we will take it.
Yeah.
Did you practice that? I'm just curious.
It's funny actually because when you get me into a private setting, you can tell I sound like a midget. But when I get in front of a mic, my voice, my persona, it all changes. So it's kind of like acting. You have a certain persona who you want to be on the mic versus who you really are.
Absolutely.
And I think I do a pretty good job of blending those two in everyday life, but I went through voice training actually because I had a really high pitched voice. They taught me to lower it but now it's habit. So when I get in front of a mic, I can't help it.
Yeah.
It just comes naturally.
Yeah, you don't want to be like, give me everything you got. Everything you got. Everything you got.
I heard you had a show called Magic Mike that got canceled. Is that true?
Yeah, we made a second one too, but it just didn't do as well. So,
All right. Well,
They're like, you got to have a visualization for those kinds of things, right?
yeah, they said it was taken.
Take it.
Whatever.
bunch of losers.
Bunch of losers.
I had a radio broadcasting class in college at Southeastern, and it did. I did it for 30 minutes every couple of days, and you get people calling in like, hey, I want to listen to this song, and then you're like, oh. But yeah, you're kind of by yourself, and it does kind of you're just like,
It's lonely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what do you do?
He's lonely.
Hey, broadcasters are people too.
yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Our lives matter.
Yeah.
And that was just me doing it for like an hour or 30 minutes or whatever every now and then.
Well, I'll say the hardest part is connecting with an audience.
Yeah.
And staying consistent because a lot of radio guys, they want to go they want to keep it, at a certain level. I like to get to that level and then see how far I can push it. And I think that's really what's solidified me in the industry. And I've won a ton of awards, and that's awesome for the state of Oklahoma, doing what I do. But when we start talking about the morning show, people like to, oh, hey, this musician, blah, 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 blah. Or, hey, your local weather today is going to be, that's boring.
Dark and
Nobody wants
cloudy.
to hear that.
And it's a Monday. I hate you.
To be fair, that's kind of what they were teaching in class. Like, hey, talk about the weather and talk about this. And I'm like,
But you
oh,
listen
cool,
to those
man.
syndicated guys. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm good enough to be syndicated, but those syndicated guys, they push the envelope a little bit. So when they're talking about something, they, whether it's hot to a girl or whatever, 99% of radio guys won't talk about the hot to a chick. You know what I mean? I get on there, I'm like, you see the hot to a chick girl?
Talk to a.
I'm trying to talk to her too. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I guess she started a podcast. It was called Talk to a.
Yeah.
And then she did the Bitcoin or the coin.
Yeah.
meme.
Worked out really well for
Yeah,
her.
really well for her.
Not for everyone
Not for
else.
any of her people.
Rest in peace for the investors.
We haven't really heard much from her since then.
Yeah. She's done some
Got her money and ran.
stuff,
Yeah.
other stuff, but yeah, not much. I mean, that's still crazy that made her famous. Like,
I know.
this is the world we live in, but it is.
Spit on that thing makes you famous.
But
Oh, I'm going to be famous now. I said
Yeah,
it.
you're
I
gonna
said
get
the thing.
canceled. That's funny.
but outside of that, man, I've got a bounce house company. We've got vending machines. I mean, I stay pretty tied up. So being able to get here today was kind of a surprise because I was obviously running late. But
Yeah. I figured.
time is really not something that I always have.
Yeah. No, I get it. We appreciate you being on.
Yeah.
So I know you got a million things you can do, especially on a Sunday. So,
Yeah.
but talk to us about, so, I asked if you like bourbon. You're like, yeah, I really do enjoy bourbon.
I love bourbon. And I'm kind of one of those, if you know me, you know that I'm extremely cheap. I'm a cheap person. I buy my vehicles cheap. I have a modest house. And it's not that I can't afford things, but I am very frugal. I like frugal with my money. And actually, a lot of that has to do with my dad, who is worth more than I could think of, but, he was always a cheap kind of guy. And he got me into, it really started off with cheap scotch, believe it or not. And I ventured over into the bourbon, and I, brandy and things of that nature. But yeah, I mean, if I can get a good deal on it, something tastes great, and I can spend less than $50, that's a pretty good. Yeah, that's a pretty good.
And there's some good stuff for $50.
Yeah, there's a lot of good bottles out there.
One of my favorites is Astro. Which I know we were talking about that.
You were supposed to bring it, but you're a failure.
I know. Well, I didn't have it because the only place I ever got it was in Indiana, I think. And Buddy brought it, and I tried it. I was like, man, this stuff is so good. And you can order it, but I never can find it, at any of the local places.
Yeah, you told me about it. I'm like, I've never heard of that ever.
Really good. They got a tiger one, which is
tiger.
Yeah, it's
I
called
like tigers.
The Tiger or something like that. It's really good.
What if it's a local Indiana place and you can only really get it there? That's how some places are. You can only get it like at the distillery or like in that local area.
Do you know if they distill their own stuff? Are they stealing stuff from MGP? What, do you have any idea?
All he cares about is how much it
juice.
costs.
What is? Is the juice worth the squeeze?
How much of this can get me drunk? That's how I think. It's like, how much time do I have to get plastered today?
Not much, according to your 19 jobs that you have.
Babe, is the baby asleep? Good. I'm getting wasted.
Warzone time.
White girl wasted.
See, I think you get one before I start doing these bounce houses.
Yeah. You also said I think you like Blade and Bow. Mm-hmm. I think that's a really underrated bottle.
It is, and it's hard to find too. Believe it or not, I haven't been able to find it in the Durant area.
No, you can go to Specs and Sherman. They usually have it, so I've seen it pretty often.
It's a decent little drive when you live in Atoka, though.
That's true. Yeah, you live in I forget you live. I'm
already driving all over the place.
Atoka has a couple of interesting places there, and then if you go a little north in McAllister, they have a couple decent places.
They have a really good place in Atoka, and they're pretty up to par on their liquor selection. And it's a newer business, and I'll give them the plug. But it's whiskey business.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the place by the Choctaw, the Chili's and stuff?
Kind of.
It's just right around the corner.
Yeah. Go down towards
I went and talked to him. He's a super cool guy, and he had a really good Ho Chi Town selection. We're big Ho Chi Town guys. So.
He's got a lot of good stuff. So
I think this is a place that had all that Michter's recently that Jamie was talking about.
Yeah, I think so.
And their bourbon, they're bourbon folk too. Mm-hmm. Plus tequila. I mean, that's kind of their two main brands.
Well, tequila's getting.
I talked to him for a long time when I was
really popular. Yeah. So tequila is probably the next bourbon craze. I think
I can't do that.
So the key is to get a good barrel aged tequila. Yeah, a good anejo or good reposado. I have a good reposado pick from our whiskey club, the Someone Say Whiskey Club, and it's so good. You get like those vanillas and stuff. It's so they're called Someone Say Whiskey. They made some of these picks here.
Yeah, they're pretty big whiskey.
Tumbling Dice.
Yeah, Tumbling Dice. This is actually really good. I've
seen that. I've never tried that, though.
This is a pick from 2021, so this is an older pick that they have. But
whenever you finish, I don't know if
you got to let that one breathe a little bit.
Oh, it's been open for a little bit. No.
Oh, yeah. It's good. No. Once you finish that, you should try that one. I haven't tried that one either. What do you think about the John J. Bowman single barrel, which I'm a big fan of theirs? They source their stuff from Buffalo Trace. So
yeah, this is the Blanton's mash bill.
Yeah, Blanton's mash bill. I think it's better. They put it back through, do their own little process, and it comes out.
It's got a very barrel-y taste.
Barrel, there's a lot. I don't
remember. Single barrel, so you get a little bit of
but there was a lot of barrel char that came out of this, so I was surprised. I don't remember it having that much barrel char, but I had it in my glass.
And that's what I like.
You don't really see a lot of barrel char.
No, but it was in my glass. It wasn't from anything else. I don't know.
That's what I like too. Like I like a little smoky. Like a little smoky's okay.
Yeah, that's your Scotch love.
Yeah. But outside of that, I mean the barrel-y, like just
Oh, you probably like toasted or double oak stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a double oak here. This is a toasted.
Yeah, we got a good variety. Yep, the double oak.
This is the
Tumbling Dice.
Yeah, that's a store pick from the Some Say Whiskey Group.
And it's got a really sweet sticker on it.
Yeah, it does.
I'm going to break this one open.
Yeah.
Who's driving me home?
I'll drive you home. It's okay.
Oh, yeah, baby.
All the way to Atoka. Get it, girl. Do it,
Who's
lady.
coming with me? Jan. Thank you, Jan. Yeah, man.
All I want to know is
Who's coming with me? Oh man, you're crazy. You're crazy, man. You're crazy.
Crazy, man. I like you, but you're crazy.
Anything? I mean, talk about so you Scotch, your dad. Then you're like, so.
So what is a cheap Scotch? I want to know what your dad and what do you like?
Monkey Shoulders is actually my
Monkey
very
Shoulders.
favorite.
It's a good one.
My absolute favorite. You can get the bottle for like what, $30-$40?
Yeah, but that
that's
one's
a
always
price.
on like the list of like affordable
Starter
but really
Scotch?
good
Yes.
scotches.
I agree.
Yeah,
Monkey
yeah.
Shoulder's good. I think it's the Buffalo Trace of Scotch.
Oh, that is so good.
Yeah, it's
got a little bit of a bite.
Yeah, so the guy
drinking
who runs that club recently put out a bunch of picks that they had from like the last like 6 or 7 years, and so I picked that. It was like $40, but I was like, heck yeah, I don't own any tumbling dice, so and I love the old gangster. Is it Casino? Is that the It's like Casino kind of label. I'm a big movie guy. I've always movie tattoos.
The whole gambit, man. You're gonna have to make sure your pours aren't too crazy because we got a lot for you to
We
try.
call those Garrett pours.
Yeah.
No, that's not bad.
No, that's not. I'd be,
It's like
that's
an ounce.
I did a big one on this one because he said this one was really good. So
yeah. Well,
I
they're
wanted to
all
make
really
sure
good. We didn't bring a bad bottle for you to drink. We've got Pursuit United Double Oak store pick. We got Eager store pick. We got Old Fit 7, which is a phenomenal. I think it's one of the best values that came out this year.
Yeah.
Not surprised. I mean, I think it's one of the best values. I've been a fan. Knob Creek 12, one of our all-time favorite bottles. John J. Bowman, Double Oak. We got.
And then I brought some interesting stuff. I got the Bardstown High Wheat, which is good. Tumbling Dice pick, Fiddler pick, Four-Gate, E.H. Taylor pick.
Which is one of my favorite bottles. The E.H. Taylor Texas
I
pick.
had the cinnamon.
That's a pick. Yeah. So that's a sticker I threw on
rye,
there.
too. Have you had much rye?
It's a toasted rye. It's very good. Yeah, it's a Fiddler. It's ASW Fiddler. And then I have a Blanton's Gold, which if you're a tater, we can drink that. If you're a tater.
Yeah.
We got a Billion's
I
Gold.
do like now.
It's getting.
I have had the Four Gates. The Four Gates is really good. And then
this one's a pick, which is.
I have not had
Old
the
Fits?
Old Fits.
Okay. Yeah, this is a new bottle. This just came out this year.
Yeah, that's
7 year. I think
something
it's.
I've never tried before.
A lot of people have been saying
It is
better
good.
than
It's a new thing that they were trying to have like a shelfer
Budget bottle?
Old Fitzgerald. So
Yeah.
it's kind of what they've started
because
releasing.
they're known for they have one of the best I think bottles on the market, like decanter wise. Like they're just super sought after. I think the quality of some of their younger juice, like the 8 year, 10 years, are okay, but it's like they go for $300-$400 sometimes.
Seven's an odd year. You
Seven.
know?
Hey, 7
Honestly,
monkeys on my uncle's
I see 'em.
ranch, not 6. Step in my office. 'cause
7
you're-
seems to be a popular number these days. So like Heaven Hill's always been a 7-year bottled and bond. But then Old Granddad, their new bottled and bond 7 years. So I don't know what it is about that 7. There must be like the sweet spot in Kentucky.
We're gonna see how many movie quotes we can put in this episode.
Oh, don't test me. I'll do it.
You can't triple stamp a double stamp.
No, you can't, Harry.
Samsonite. It's way off.
Which, by the way, if you haven't noticed, I'm trying to take over the image of that look. Do you see that front tooth right there? Knocked it out on my microphone at work.
Did you
about
really?
4 months ago, yeah. And
So the
I got
Lloyd
that-
Christmas tooth.
Yeah, so I got the Lloyd Christmas tooth. Well, the funny part is that I've had it filled twice, and the fillings come out of it. So they're having to figure out how to fix that and make it permanent. But it's funny because when it first happened, I had no clue. Like I knew it hurt.
Yeah.
But I continued on with my show.
Did you just
I
headbutt the mic?
I bent down to pick something up and right into the microphone. And I'm just
Getting
like,
into it. He's
I was like, damn it, you can't eat that.
He's like hug two on the mic.
Yeah, pretty much.
on,
Spit on that thing.
my front two teeth are fake.
our
I got them
last
knocked out in a basketball scrimmage.
Oh gosh.
So I don't have to. Even if they start to get knocked
Are
out.
they the kind that are like screwed into
Yeah.
your skull?
Yeah, I have
pretty much?
implants, and then they threw that on top.
We might have
that's
to
what I was
put
thinking
a mature warning on this episode.
Mature
adults
content.
only. I'm just joking. This is fun. I'm already
anyway,
having fun.
So what's funny about it is, as I go home that day and I'm sitting at the house, and my girlfriend Cody, which by the way is a girl.
Oh, hey, not me, guys. I just want to, for the record, I want to be crystal clear.
Not this Cody, a different Cody.
Anyway,
You're too short. You're not my type. I'm just joking.
But I get home and Cody is like, "Hey, how was your day?" I was like, "It was good. It was good." And we said something and I laughed, and she goes, "What the heck happened to your mouth?" I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, "You're missing a tooth." I'm like, "Shut up. What are you talking about?" And I go in there and I go, "Oh my God.
Yeah, that's.
Oh my God." She's like, you look like Dumb and Dumber. I was like, "Oh no." I was like, "Everybody's going to notice." And so for like a week, I was going into work and going here and there, and nobody had said anything.
Shrimp on the old ball bay.
And I had made a joke saying, "Yeah, I kind of look like, Lloyd Christmas from Dumb and Dumber." And they're like, "Oh, we didn't even notice." And then I go to Christmas, right? We get to Christmas, and my nephew, who's 17 years old, comes up. He's like one of my biggest fans.
Yeah.
And so he comes up to me and he goes, "What happened to your tooth?" And I was like, and everybody was sitting there saying that it wasn't noticeable.
Yeah.
And he's the first one to say, "Oh God," in 3 seconds of the conversation, "What happened to your tooth?" So
Love kids, man.
You go,
you know?
it's okay. I'm a limo driver.
Oh gosh, we haven't even had that much to drink yet. This is just a good time. I'm having a blast.
We're just trying to quote every single quotable thing from Dumb and Dumber. It's okay. Just throw some salt over your right
wait
shoulder.
till we start getting into Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh my God, that's my all-time favorite show.
I know, it's mine too.
I rewatch it like religiously. It's insane.
I enjoy the show. I'm not maybe as crazy about it, but I think it's a great show.
I watched the trailer and I'm excited for the Frank Dates the dating one or whatever, the dating reality show that he's gonna do.
Yeah.
I was like, dang it, we haven't got there yet.
Oh, this season, like I didn't really care too much for last season
I
necessarily.
loved the Chuck E. Cheese episode.
Yeah, that one was good. But I just wasn't a big fan of season 16, and so going into season 17, now it's just like, how's this going to go? The guys are getting older. The comedy necessarily isn't the same, but dude, they're hitting the old school stuff. I mean, you start thinking of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, you think of like episodes like The Recession, which was really good. Dayman, obviously, was classic. But there's so many great episodes and great seasons. And Dee's pregnant. Like there's so many that you can think of, and it's really hitting that. The old style of Always Sunny that we saw back in like season 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
The only season I feel was a little weird was the season where they went to Ireland. That felt a little off from what
Wasn't that 16? No, that was 15.
That was 15.
Yeah, 15. Yeah.
So that one was a little odd, but I mean, it's still great. Like it's great.
Yeah, Charlie's dad.
Yeah, Charlie's dad. Yeah,
Real dad.
And then you figure out the McDonald's.
Yeah.
Go to the house of your family. It's a McDonald's in Scotland.
Oh, we were talking.
Ireland.
So I want to go back because you talked about budget stuff, which I think we've done a couple episodes of budget, like build a bar and different things like that. We talk about Buffalo Trace, the regular Buffalo Trace. I think is a good product.
Like that,
Early. Have you ever heard Early Times Bottle and Bond? I think that's a really good. It's a $24 bottle. I'm trying to think some of the other budget bottles that we've talked about. I know JTS Brown Bottle and Bond is another really good one.
I mean, Evan Williams Bottle and Bond.
yeah,
Old
Evan
Granddad.
Williams Bottle.
You can't go wrong with Evan Williams.
Yeah,
No.
the Evan Williams, the white label one. I
Yeah,
think it's.
you
I think
can't
they're
go
pretty
wrong with
well
that,
known to be like the budget.
Even the
kind of
even the
thing
cheap
of Heaven
stuff.
Hill.
Even the cheap stuff is not bad too. I mean, I'll mix it with a Coke, if I'm going to drink it.
Yeah.
But most of the time, if I'm drinking bourbon, it's on the rocks.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Yeah, my brother-in-law just has a huge handle of Evan Williams Bottle and Bond.
Oh yeah,
And he just mixes
you can
it.
buy the
and
huge bottle for like $17 or something like that. I mean, it's cheap.
And they are pretty
So-
cheap.
you can't get another Bottle and Bond
Plus,
for that cheap.
you can bring it out to a party and people just automatically assume you've got Jack Daniels.
Yeah,
So the
100%.
labels are just
I didn't even
about
bring
the
a
same.
Jack Daniels.
Yeah, I didn't bring a Jack Daniels. either.
Everybody makes fun of the old number 7, and that's cool, and it's not great. But everything else Jack Daniels does is
They do
pretty
some
good.
Oh, yeah,
great,
they do some great
stuff.
stuff.
Like
Yeah.
some of the best out there. Like some value. The barrel proof, single barrel proofs, rye and bourbon's phenomenal. Especially if you get one of the Coy Hill.
You've been doing it for so long. I mean, you got to do something right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
for
your
sure.
specialty.
Absolutely. Yeah. Did you know that Jack Daniels died because he kicked his safe and his foot got infected?
That
didn't know
is
that.
interesting.
He couldn't remember the code.
Gabbard looked at me like I just
He's like,
shot his child.
This guy forgot his keys to the
Yeah.
office today, but he knows that. That's crazy.
Funny story. It's kind of sad. One of the greatest
whatever.
whiskey people.
He died rich. It's okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Couldn't afford the doctor though.
Or the doctor was like,
He was
I've
too
never seen this
stubborn.
before. What did you do?
That's going to end up how I'm going.
What
out.
did you do?
No, actually, I think he was embarrassed, and so he never really sought super help. And then he's just dead, and he's like, well, maybe he should have got a little help.
It's like that's a terrible way to like die though. Could you imagine being in the afterlife and I don't know.
What are you
somebody
here for?
Like Kurt Cobain walks up to you and it's like, "What's up, man? So how did you die?" He's like, "Kicked a safe."
That's worse than Elvis dying on the toilet.
Wow, I'm gonna go talk to Brittany over here. I'll see you later. You know what I mean? Like it's just was it Murphy or whatever?
Brittany Murphy.
Brittany, I'm gonna go talk to Brittany Murphy. She's a lot funner. Yes.
That was dark. You're going to fit right in.
I mean, we said
Bourbon
that
Nerds
afterlife. We
podcast.
didn't say whether it was heaven or hell or anything.
that's
It's
true.
okay.
Yeah. No worries.
Oh man.
No, but I mean, that was a good point. That's cool that you like budget stuff. I'm curious. So can you kind of keep track of what your favorite or couple favorite bottles is? It's curious. We brought a variety. We brought some of the same ones we've been kind of talking about, but we brought a good variety of different ones too as well. We don't want people to like, all they ever talking about is that Bardstown High Wheat. I'm sick and tired of it. And
It's
the
a good bottle.
God-blessed Buffalo Trace.
Nobody said that.
No, nobody did say it, but I did. No, we have three
Cody's tired of me
fans
bringing
total.
it.
Like we have a really good fan base. Like it's wonderful.
Yeah,
Cody, if you don't want me to bring Bardstown, I won't bring it next time.
no, I love that bottle. I don't want people to think that all we drink is the same stuff over and over and over, and we never talk about anything else different.
I listened to a few of the podcasts. It was really good, by the way.
Nice, thanks. That actually means a lot, man.
And
Mr. Radio.
I watched a lot of the video stuff that y'all did. And
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty great quality, actually.
Thank you. Yeah,
Believe
thanks
it or
to
not.
this guy right here. I'm just a
Appreciate
pretty
it. Yeah,
face, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
I always appreciate that kind of stuff, like people who, because podcasting, and I've ran a successful podcast in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I say successful. I had 10,000 followers, something like that.
That's
at
pretty
one
good.
point.
That's been more
A
than
lot
we
more
have.
than we have. Yeah.
Well, but I had been doing it too for a long
Yeah,
time.
it is something you got to work. And
Yeah.
I'd love to talk through more with you. Well, we could talk
Yeah.
probably on the podcast too. Give us some, like what you learned going through that and stuff. That'd
Well,
be a great
and
topic.
I'll tell you this. I mean, it's hard to find. A lot of time with people do podcasts, they just want to jump on a mic and just start talking.
Yeah.
And when I come into the studio, and do a morning show, I've usually got my morning already mapped out the night before.
Mm-hmm.
I take the time to map out what I'm going to talk about, and then when I get into the studio, what's new this morning that wasn't new last night type
Yeah.
of stuff. But kind of like what you're doing right now, you write things down, you kind of give me a form of how we're going to talk about things.
Yeah.
And that is how you become successful, is planning ahead with topics of conversation. Now, a lot of the stuff can go off wall. You don't have to worry about staying
Yeah.
on topic, But a lot of people don't have that mindset. They think that just getting in front of a mic and talking about what they like to talk about
Yeah.
is what the audience wants to hear. And that's not always the case.
No, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's what y'all done
Yeah,
a pretty good job on.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, and we've kind of evolved quite a bit from where we started. I mean, we've added some new things. We have different segments. So, and then we do our, I think if you're going to listen to anything that we do, I think our interviews are really good. I think some of the last, we just released 2 weeks ago was the Kel that owns the Grappling Kingdom Grappling. That episode I thought was excellent.
Where I showed up where you tried to fight me.
Yeah, I was. We tried to fight you in the parking lot.
Kale's like getting ready. He's like, all right, here we go.
I know jiu-jitsu now.
I didn't bring my underwear, guys. We can't
Yeah.
fight.
But no, that's good. So, like, you said you had 10,000 followers. That's pretty good. How long did you do a podcast? What was it about? Like, let's.
It
That's
was-
an interesting topic. I didn't even know you had a podcast.
Let's show how basic I am. It was the Mic Drop Sports Podcast. And
I haven't heard that name
Sports is
before.
popular now,
Man,
like,
yeah,
yeah,
Mic Drop Sports Podcast.
you like to drop a lot of
I
stuff.
like to drop myself quite a bit. And it was mainly me, and it was mainly college football more than anything. I mean, I did talk about other sports, but a lot of it, my passion is college football.
I thought you hated college football.
I love it, man.
You hate OU, right?
I hate, yeah. I just I hate them right now.
I think, yeah. Well, at least
right
you're not an Oklahoma State fan like me.
I've got Sooner born, Sooner bred. When I die, I'm Sooner dead on my chest.
Yeah,
so,
I remember
So
you being one of the
got
biggest
that
OU
around
fans.
2000,
ever.
Okay,
right?
no, that was actually 2013.
Oh, okay.
And
So it was after the national championship.
I was in
Okay.
Hawaii. I was regretting my marriage already, and we got married in Hawaii. And
Nice.
So we got the night that we got married. Well, we got married that day, but then that night we went out into Waikiki and checked out the scenery over there. And I
The
walked
guy that
into
directed the Thor movies? No, I'm just joking.
no.
Taika Waititi. Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was a really bad joke.
But we go in and we see this tattoo parlor, and I'm like, I want a tattoo. And he's like, what do you want? I was like, I don't know. I want it to be meaningful. You know, I'm like, I'm drunk off my ass.
Okay, I was gonna say, how much did you have to
I
drink?
was wasted.
Yeah.
And I look over at Natalie and I go, what should I get? And she's like, you should get my name tattooed. I was like, no, this isn't going to last forever. We should do something meaningful.
I love the Sooners more than you.
You should get my daughter's name on my chest. She's like, we don't have a daughter. I was like, oh, my bad. So anyway, I had this like idea, Sooner tattoo or whatever, and I go to the guy and I say, hey, this is what I want. And it was like a little bitty writing, just a little bitty. And he goes, I'm going to change a couple of things to it. I'm just like, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
I'm so hammered, I pass out during the tattoo, and I wake up. They're pushing me and shoving me, trying to get me to wake up. And the tattoo is like this, sideways, and it's the worst tattoo in the world. Like when I work out, and like my chest was getting bigger and bigger and bigger, that thing would stretch out and just go in all different angles. And so I've been trying to get it covered up, but.
It becomes a different font as you go.
It started off in normal font,
And now it's in
cursive.
wingdings. What is that? I don't speak Japanese. No, Baxter.
Yeah. That's pretty much what happened. It's
Oh, God.
embarrassing.
Book was a bad choice.
I have an important announcement to make. No, I'm just checking. All right, let's keep going. Bad tattoos. You love the Sooners. College football is coming up soon.
It's coming, man.
The NFL's coming back. I'm super excited. Talk to us about some of your favorite sport teams. Obviously, we know the Sooners are your
man.
It's funny. My brother and sister-in-law moved from Texas, from McKinney to Blanchard. And so they went from Texas fans to Sooner fans really fast. So it was pretty interesting.
I'm a huge Baker Mayfield fan.
Oh, Baker's great.
Oh, Baker Mayfield.
Huge Baker Mayfield. I mean, he's my son's name is Baker, by the way.
Hey, shake and bake.
Baker the baby maker, man.
There you go. I like it. I like Baker,
remember
though.
we've got really good seats at the OU games. We're literally right behind the players. We're 9 rows up.
Nice.
And
Season tickets?
yeah, and we've had them in our family since the 40s.
Oh.
And so you can pass them down 2 generations.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
We've only passed it down 1 generation so far. So, we'll have them a little bit longer. But I remember being at the Ohio State-Oklahoma game a few years ago. Not the one in Ohio State, but the one where Oklahoma just got trounced.
Yeah.
And I remember Baker being on the sidelines and me saying, Baker the baby maker. And he turns around and just starts laughing really loud. And all the players started saying, Baker the baby maker.
Oh,
And
wow.
so,
That's cool.
Funny story, a couple of years down the road, he did a podcast with one of the players that was now in the pros. And they were joking about them calling him Baker the baby maker because after he got drafted, they were making jokes saying that the name Baker had gone up in the baby population in Ohio when he got drafted number 1. So I always thought that was funny. That was kind of the reason behind the baby Baker the baby maker.
So he owes you royalties and stuff. You need to.
I tried suing it.
Yeah.
That's cooler than my story. So my OU story is we were seniors in high school. Me and my buddy went, and my cousins who have had OU season tickets for years and years, they went to school at OU. Got us tickets into the Sooner Club, and they didn't even ask us how old we were. We were just pounding Long Island iced teas all day and eating. Trying to remember what that burger was called. I think it was the Heart Attack or something for the Sooner Club. But so it was a great time. So somehow we end up sneaking into the student section, right? and I have a big sign. This is whenever Texas Tech played OU back when Michael Crabtree was playing, and it was like a 70 to 60 something.
Yeah.
And so I have this sign that says Crabtree has crabs, like with crabs on it, right? And I set my sign down for a second, and because security's coming around, we're like, oh, we gotta hide. And someone steps on it. I'm like, dude, you stepped on my sign. It's Blake Griffin, right? I'm like, oh, well, he can step on my sign. That's fine.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's hilarious.
And it was just super memorable because that's also the game where they did the jump around, and that became a big thing.
Yep.
And so that was a huge moment to just be a part of that game.
Such a great year,
and
too, man.
Yeah.
It was such a great game.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude,
I couldn't believe how many
Crabtree was a
freaking
man,
touchdowns there were that game.
The Sam Bradford hurtling over the goal line for the touchdown. I mean, that was classic.
Dude, I remember. Well, I think not. Yeah, I went to Oklahoma State for a couple of years, and I remember when you guys had Adrian Peterson. That's how old I am. And he.
Well, we also grew up watching the league. We all know who Adrian Peterson is.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Also, comeback player of the year.
He comes to Oklahoma quite a bit, actually. He goes and floats the river out in Broken Bow.
Broken Bow. Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
He goes and floats the
Does
river
he?
every
We need
summer.
to-
No, we need to hit him
My
up. Get him on the
in-laws own a
podcast.
place out there that
He's
we go do every now and then.
his cousin is Marcus, who owns Logan and Sons in Atoka. His cousin is Marcus's best friend, and they all go float the river every summer together.
That's cool. Maybe we'll have to go this summer and be like, Adrian Peterson, we need you on the podcast.
Yeah, we do
right?
like a float trip. Like so, they own a place like that's on the river, and sometimes we'll go into Ho Chi Town and Broken Bow.
So, anyways, I remember back to my story before you rudely interrupted me. No, I'm just checking.
You keep really interrupting us. We're having a good time, Cody.
I don't like you. Just joking. No, I just remember him coming to town. I'm like, okay, if we can just keep him to 150 yards, we might have a chance. And he would run for like 225 yards. He was a man child. I just remember
good luck
regretting
stopping
that.
him. You have to have,
and
like,
you guys
5
would stomp
guys.
us, and I would make me very sad. But,
At OSU. Yeah, that's right.
for sure.
You know what? Everybody's calling for Mike Gundy's head.
Yeah,
I don't understand it.
I don't like it.
It's because he's a man and he's 40.
I'm a man. I'm now 60. I'm a man. I'm 60.
I'm 60.
I wish South Park did.
Yeah,
an episode on that.
It's kind of surprising.
They are calling for his
They don't
head.
do a lot of sports stuff.
It's just because the last season was so bad, but I don't put that on him necessarily. There is some culpability there, but I think in general his contract is not good
What
for
was
us to
that?
get rid of.
Ollie Gordon, was that the running back's name? That was supposed to be like
Yeah.
the best in the nation, and then, dude, that killed his draft stock.
Well,
this last year, for sure.
I think he had some injuries, and they kind of, to me, were nagging. But it just the team
also,
fell
they
apart.
had
Their
no
O-line was
offensive
terrible.
line. Yeah,
Their defense is terrible. I mean, it was a disaster last year.
College football is in an absolute just panic mode.
Pay
right
to
now.
play.
shows what I like to call it.
Shows a good word for it.
It's dying.
Yeah, pay to play.
Even though last year was really good.
I wouldn't say it's dying, but I would definitely say that
Money talks.
I would definitely say that a lot of college football right now is in panic mode.
Yeah.
And the reason for it is because there are so many schools that have been dominant for several years. Oklahoma, for instance.
Yeah.
I mean, they aren't necessarily hurting in the realm of NIL, but they don't have Alabama NIL. They don't have Texas NIL. They don't have Florida NIL. And so how do you manage to still recruit kids that are only worried about making $1 million when they show up to school before they have ever taken a snap?
Which is sad,
Which is really sad because, take, for instance, the Ohio kid that transferred to Texas and, played the last couple of years for the University of Texas. I can't think of his name right off the top of my head. But he had $1 million deal through Ohio State, and he never played a snap. He transfers to Texas, gets another $3 million before he's ever taken a snap, and there's no credibility, there's no liability for.
There's no loyalty.
Or the
loyalty.
kid from Tennessee who's like, I want a new deal, or I'm going to go to a different school.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Or
crazy. It's
what was
panic.
there was a team in the middle of the season where the quarterback, they were undefeated. The quarterback was like, I want more money now. And that kind of stuff really kind of kills it for me. Like, I get it. You want to make money, but at the same time, like,
Yeah, if I wanted
go out there
that,
and compete, bro. Like,
if I wanted that, I would watch more NFL. Like I
for
watch
sure.
the NFL. Don't get me wrong. I like the NFL. I hate that I'm a Cowboys fan, which, by the way, is one of my other teams. But I hate that I'm a Cowboys fan, but if I wanted to worry about that, I would watch more NFL. But now the way that college football is set up, it takes the passion out. I mean, there was a lot of it used to be like kids wanted to go to the East Coast, or the West Coast, let's just say, because they loved the cultural aspect of it out there, and they had pretty dominant schools in regards to football, basketball, or whatever. And now it's not about. Listen, if Jackson State can pay the kid $3 million versus going to Texas and getting $1 million, he's going to take the $3 million.
Agreed.
And then he's not going to do anything at Jackson State, and it's not going to matter because you know what? He's a millionaire now.
Yeah, like when I played NCAA, I'm like, I base it off of which mascot I think's cooler.
So I got
and all these people are talking about millions of dollars. It's pretty ridiculous.
Now, how many seasons did you play in NCAA?
I got to like 20, 30. Yeah.
Jeez, that's a lot. That's good. It was a great game to see that come back. I used to love that.
I've heard about college football?
Yeah. I've heard this new year.
Why are you mad?
They've upgraded a lot.
Well, I'm mad because I bought the game, the new one.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
I haven't played it.
I'm a PC guy.
Oh.
Okay. I bought it.
That's why you're good at Call of
Duty. They let me buy it. And then the day it launched, it wouldn't play. And I'm like, what the heck? And then come to find out it's Xbox and PlayStation only. I'm like, why the heck did you let me freaking buy it? I'm like calling up, listen, I want my money back. They're like, nah, man. I'm like, yeah, man. And like I argued with them for.
Did you get your money back?
Yeah, after like 4 weeks.
Yeah, God.
And then I'm like, you paid for it on a PC.
$60 versus $500 that I
How
had
did
to
they
buy
even
for
let you
Xbox.
download
Forget
that? That's crazy.
I don't know.
I didn't even know it
it's
wasn't
the craziest thing.
I didn't even know it wasn't PC. I learned something new today.
So last time I played a football game on a PC, it was when Warwick Dunn played for the Buccaneers. So that shows you a little age there.
The Buccaneers, wow, yeah.
That was 2004 or something. It was a long time ago.
So I used to be a ranked player on NCAA.
Really?
Yeah, I was highly ranked.
Nice.
We used to play. That was the thing in college when I played at Southeastern. Me and some friends, we would all pick a team from a conference, and we would go through a whole season and stuff. And that was always really fun. That's my favorite thing about NCAA is being able to play and kind of like customize your own thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you know that Texas is the most? I think the college team's worth the most. I saw that statistic. Yeah. But I wanted to get back to the college debate because it used to be you went Alabama, you bled orange or crimson. Sorry,
Crimson,
you went to OU. You the whatever color you guys call it, burgundy.
Also crimson.
You go to Oklahoma State, orange. Now it's like they don't. It's the money. It's a money grab. It's freaking the LeBron James of the NCAA. It
honestly makes me question if players are going to be as good going into the NFL as they used to be. Also,
yeah. And Ohio State had the highest whatever you want to call it. Their roster was the highest.
Probably the highest spending.
High spending
they spent
salary.
A lot of money.
In college football, and it got him a championship.
Again, I'm a big OU fan, and I my knowledge is far past, but I'm going to use OU as an example. Bob Stoops did great during his tenure at Oklahoma because he would take 2- and 3-star players and turn them into NFL caliber team players. He didn't have the championships to back it up. He won big games. He lost big games, but he was always in a big game, and that's the difference. That's the reason why I felt so much success.
Big game Bob.
Big game Bob. And towards the end of his career, they didn't want to call him Big Game Bob because he lost a bunch of big games. But the fact of the matter is he was in those games.
Yeah.
And so you saw the transition from Lincoln Riley, where Lincoln Riley was getting 5-star recruits left and right, offensively, not too much defensively, but it was the same result at the end of the day. So with Bob Stoops, what he did really well was taking 2- and 3-star players and turning them into a championship caliber team. And you had guys like Adrian Peterson, that were highly recruited in the nation, but the majority of Oklahoma's players weren't those 5 stars. They got a lot of 4 stars, but not a lot of 5 stars.
Yeah.
And so my point being is that you got to have coaches nowadays that aren't afraid to turn away those 5-star players that are wanting $4 to $5 million, and build a team based off of talent versus what their star says.
Yeah, and player development, which I think is really important. You can't always buy a roster, and I think you make a really good point. I think that's going to become more prevalent and more important because there's only so much money that's going to be go around. You can't. Not every team. There's too many college football teams.
Cap it.
Yeah, one cap it. I mean, there's going to have to be a ton. Like, what's crazy about college football is evolving faster than the rules can keep up. It's kind of like AI. Like, AI is going to change our entire world in the next 5 to 10 years.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, like you won't even be on the radio. It'll be an AI bot.
It'll be somebody completely else.
They won't be mic drop. It'll be AI bot drop. But
crazy.
For real, I mean, like it's going to be nuts. Just
AI is. Did you see that story on the AI robots that were changing the code and blackmailing? Did y'all see that at all?
There's multiple. There's ones that they reprogrammed their off switch so you couldn't turn them off. There's ones where they put AI in a scenario where they were forced to save humans. They rewrote their code and did something different to not save the human.
They sent an email to the creator's wife, blackmailing him, saying that he was cheating on the wife.
Dude, it's
because
insane.
They were trying to turn it off.
Terminator is becoming a real thing.
Yeah, dude,
James
for real.
Cameron tried to tell everybody we're not listening.
He's like, I'm just going to focus on movies with Smurfs in space, okay?
And again, I haven't done.
Great idea.
I've read some of these articles. Some of them are reputable. Some of them, is a bunch of online stuff. But there was one this morning I was reading that AI starting to understand that we're being very cognitive of the AI doing things they shouldn't do. So now they're starting to do things in secret. They're trying to hide their code and certain things so we can't detect it. That's just insane.
Sarah Connor,
if you're listening. I told you.
Yeah, Chat GPT, man. Gotta be careful.
What do you think about the Cowboys this year? I'm just kind of curious. I'm a Broncos fan. I
see some people taking CeeDee Lamb at number 1 in their fantasy drafts.
Yeah. I'm good.
I saw another guy that picked the Cowboys to finish second in the NFC, and I thought that was wild.
It's gonna be tough, man. It's crazy. Like
You
just
got Philadelphia,
in Washington.
I mean, Jaden
Daniels is unreal.
a beast.
But does he have a sophomore slump? Kind of like what's his face?
Happens a
Talk
lot.
about my boy.
I'm talking about your boy.
Happens
Texan.
a lot.
It does.
But-
I'm hoping Bo Nix doesn't go through that, but we'll see.
But here's the deal.
The real
The
deal.
Cowboys will never. Let me ask you this question.
Uh-oh.
What
We're getting serious.
NFC team in the past 30 years, how many have not made it to an NFC championship game?
Have not made it?
Have not made it. Can you answer that?
20.
20 of them, you say, in the last 30 years have not made it.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
20 in the NFC?
Yeah, there's 20.
Is it? There's only 32 teams in the NFL.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That
He's
math
sticking
didn't
to
shake
his
out.
answer, and he doesn't care.
All right. Probably.
Hey, you know what I
one?
did my interview earlier? It was about being confident in your answers.
Dude, he just aced that. Son of a,
Just touche.
listen to Garrett for a masterclass of pulling shit out of your ass and
I
sticking
mean, you
to
had a bunch of Green Bay in there, and you had a bunch of Philadelphia in there. And
I apologize for the curse words,
there is
children.
one team.
Dallas Cowboys. Yeah,
Dallas
because I was like Giants. No, Giants won the Super Bowl.
Yep. The one team in the NFC
Washington.
that has
hasn't
not
been a part of a championship.
hasn't been
No,
a part of
NFC.
an NFC championship game. Just one. So
What are you pointing at?
The Texas pick, if you don't mind.
Okay.
I just want a little bit of that. I love that bottle more than anything, and I never got one.
crazy though. So what do I think the Cowboys are going to do? Listen,
Not go to the
that's
NFC
Jerry.
Championship.
That's Jerry, dude.
Until Jerry Jones
Jerry's
goes away.
gone,
You said, wait, so when was the last time they won a Super Bowl? Was it 90,
95.
95? Was it?
Yeah,
30 years ago?
96. I mean, it's
95, they did win. Didn't they win? I don't know. Look it up. Google.
Chat GPT.
Chat GPT. When the last,
ChatGPT.
It's been so long, I can't even remember. But I do. I mean, I don't know. I've always got
The last one was 96. So
96. Yeah, there you go. I thought it was 96, but I wasn't 100% sure.
that's within the 30 years, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, sure. I don't know. It's
So so if you count that, so every team in the NFC has made the championship, NFC championship at some point?
NFC championship outside of the Cowboys.
how do you fall so short and still be one of the most valuable franchises in the entire universe?
Because people are
America's
stupid, man. People are stupid. Plus, Texas is so huge. You know,
It's a
there's
star. Everybody likes stars.
Just think about this.
Hey, I root for the Cowboys
And-
outside the Broncos. My whole family's Cowboys. I just grew up. I love John Elway, and I was like, I'm going to be different.
7 million people in Dallas alone.
Yeah.
In Dallas alone. That's not Dallas-Fort Worth. I mean, there's 12 million.
Oh, 100%.
Or 15 million
A
in
lot.
Dallas-Fort Worth alone.
It's insane how much
There's
it's all
4
grown.
million in Oklahoma.
well, they're also counting. They're starting to count like very far north and south of Dallas
Yeah.
is like the Dallas area. Like I think
Oh, 'cause
Sherman's.
it's all growing.
I think Sherman's starting to be considered like Dallas
Yeah.
metro area.
Oh, it is.
So
I think all the way.
it's growing for sure.
I think you're right. I think it goes all the way up to not
The
quite
Van
to
Alstyne
Tennessee,
or
but
Anna
yeah.
probably. Anna is
Yeah.
probably where it kind of starts cutting off. But even Van Alstyne's starting to kind of
Yeah.
get there.
You got the HEB, bro.
Gunner, all those places.
I think they're going to put an HEB in Sherman.
No, they are.
Look
I'm
at
excited.
Prosper.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
dude! It was like it was nothing. It was nothing.
know.
I remember when Frisco was a convenience store and a light.
I remember it was just a mall, like pretty much.
Oh yeah,
You know
that
what I
big
mean?
mall.
Like
and
the
then
big mall was
every
over there?
time I drive down 120 because I travel a lot for work. I'm like there's a new building. There's a whole new plaza. There's a whole new world down
crazy.
off of
There's
121.
Oh, no.
There's like 7 high schools in Frisco.
Aladdin. Yeah,
It
it's
used to be
nuts.
just one. So
Yeah, it's just crazy. The Metroplex. It's gonna catch up to here eventually. Like Sherman's is gonna get absorbed. The lake. It's all gonna be
bleed into
It's gonna be
Oklahoma.
Lake Dallas Soma. It's like crazy. Well, you pooped on the college football, which I agree with everything you were talking about. It is kind of sad. I think they're making things better, like the playoffs. I think is great, but it's like there's so much going wrong in college football
I
right
think the
now.
NLL is a cool idea in general, but
Yeah,
I
just gotta
think
get the
they're
reins on
not. They need to figure it out
well,
for sure.
And listen, I was
And
a college
overtime.
athlete, and
Me too.
And
Were you?
I would have taken a payday baseball. Yeah,
I
played college ball.
Nice.
And
My brother-in-law played at Grayson.
I started off my career at Murray State, and unfortunately, I threw a shoe or cleat at my coach.
Did he die?
No, could have. Could have. It was a cleat.
I was gonna go. I was thinking about
What's
Murray
his name?
State.
Jack Daniels.
And I went out there. I went to Murray State to watch a basketball game because I was basketball, and the coach was out smoking at halftime. I was like, I don't think I want to go to play here.
Oh man.
was at Sam Houston as well. But before I came back to Southeastern, which that's around the time that you met me, is 2010 or so. It was about that time, I would assume, 2010.
I knew you before then.
Well, I mean, but,
Yeah,
I
but
was
we-
working
yeah.
for you in 2010. We
Yeah,
knew each
sure.
other. We kind of crossed paths.
But then
at
that's
that
when
time.
we kind of, I remember you had worked at PRC. Everybody worked there apparently.
Yeah, but
Shout out to the PRC
the
family.
PRC people, man, I'm
Hey,
telling you.
PRC.
I was telling the story. So I was in Columbia this last week. I was telling the story. Like we had the #1 sales team in the world.
Yeah.
In 2016, I went to the Villanova, North Carolina national championship because of it. Thank you, DirecTV.
He hated me, by the way, when I worked for him because I
Him
would
and
be,
Shane Ammons, man. I swear to God.
Hey, Shane Ammons works at Choctaw.
I know he does.
Shane
I
Ammons.
Hiding
love
under
both
the desk.
of them, but we're working and knowing people that are fun is two different things.
I
Shane
would
Ammons be bouncing
hiding
them.
under the desk, making out with chicks. All right.
Yeah.
Not only that, I would put people on mute by literally doing this.
He was never at his desk,
I was never
ever.
at the desk.
Ever.
I would aux. What was it? Aux.
Yeah, the
6
aux code,
Yeah,
aux
the
6,
code.
yeah.
And or I would get on the phone and be like, oh man, let me see if I can waive that fee for you. So let me put
30
you-
minutes
let me go-
later.
let me go talk to my manager real quick and see what he can do. Thank you for calling DirecTV, America's #1 satellite provider. Please stay on the line. A representative will be with you shortly. And I would do that over and over and over, and people would be like, "That's not real, is it?" And then they would sit there and wait, and I'd be just sitting there going.
He's not joking.
I'm not joking at all. And then what's his name? I can't even remember who my team lead was at that
Was
time.
it wasn't Josh.
No, Josh wasn't.
Keith?
No, it was the ball.
Are you talking about
bald
Josh
guy.
Armstrong?
Dan Lee.
Yeah, Dan Lee
English.
was one.
No, the ball. Oh,
Are you talking about Josh Armstrong?
no.
I was going to say he
Josh
worked at
Armstrong.
PRC. Okay.
Childers, right?
Childers, yeah.
He was a team lead there for a little while.
Yeah,
But anyway,
yeah,
he
yeah,
came
yeah.
over. He's like, Mike, what the hell are you you doing? I'm like, what? And then the lady's like, hello? And I was like, oh, click.
Dude, I ran a tight ship, man.
Number one sales team.
We were trying to sell. Yeah, well, that was after Gabbard.
Yeah, that was after I left. After I left, he did it well.
Yeah. So it'd be funny. I was gonna say, because I was talking about Shane Emmons. He'd have a basketball. He'd be bouncing like Mills, and he'd come over there, and he's like, he would just say the most random stuff ever. I'm like, dude, I'm working, bro. I'll come back, and he was the same thing as Gabbard.
He was a dealer for a long time, and now he's a slot tag.
I do hold
he's a good dude, though.
a PRC record, though.
Most girls kissed under your desk.
Well, besides that one. Besides that
You
one.
have 2 records.
I have 2 records. Two records.
Record number 2.
The other one is I caught an M&M from the car side. You remember? From the other end. They threw it all the way from the very end of the building to me, and I caught it in my mouth.
Dude, they used to throw M&M's across the call center and try to catch them in their mouth. I forgot about that. Dude, they'd be it was a big call center, and they would try to throw it 4 or 5 rows over.
I think the worst trouble I got, we had executives coming in the next day, and I literally wrote on. We had these boards where they would write motivational stuff on.
Yeah, I did a lot of that.
And I drew a picture of Cody on there.
Yeah, I was going to kill him.
And I'm pretty sure I put a penis pic on there or something. and I didn't know the executives were coming in the next day. So he gets into work. He gets into work and he's like, who drew the penis? And everybody started pointing at me. I was
it was instant. They were full. Everybody. It's like everybody in the call because I was very mad. They pointed at Gabbard. I was like, dig it, Gabbard.
It was a beautiful drawing, though. It was identical.
Besides the very microscopic penis that you
That's what you tell. That's what you tell the executives. This guy's very passionate. This guy's very passionate about art, guys.
We didn't have a microscope to see it, but it was there.
It looked identical. I don't understand what the problem was.
All right, come on now. Drink your bourbon. That's funny. No, that's crazy. I haven't even thought about some of that. I worked there for 10 years. Yeah, that was crazy, a lot of my life. And I'm still working in the call center industry. So
yeah, it's a hard industry, man.
It is.
It really is.
It is. Yeah, for sure. I agree.
You have to talk to people. Which
I have
is
to
my
talk to people
biggest
all
flaw.
the time.
And that is the reason why I do what I do now.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I do it because
you don't ever want to work in a call center again.
Well, I can talk and everybody just has to listen.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about anybody debating my opinion.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No one's there to debate it.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Hey, you don't like me? I don't care.
Turn it off.
Yeah, dark and cloudy. Every Monday's terrible. Go to work.
Your chance of rain is about 5%. Your chance of work is
100.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
About 0% since COVID.
Yeah. What did you think about the Oklahoma City Thunder winning the championship?
I'm a Mavericks fan.
I am too. What do you think about us getting Cooper Flag?
OKC.
Does it make you feel?
OKC.
Does it bring you back to the table after the Luka trade? Because that literally broke me.
Hang on, real quick. Did you see where Kendrick Perkins said it was really stupid that they denied a trade? They were going to trade Cooper Flag and a couple players for LeBron, and Kendrick Perkins said that was really stupid. They denied that trade. I was like,
why? Because LeBron James has got 1 year left before he decides he's going to retire.
He's like -5 right now.
Yeah. You really want to take on that contract?
I'm just like, what is Kendrick Perkins thinking? And I didn't think anything of it until I read that and I saw there was a green check mark, so I knew it was a real fucking article that got posted.
Yeah, so. I don't like Kendrick Perkins anymore. I used to like some of his stuff. I
like Perkins when he was a player for the Thunder. Ever since he started talking
Boston too. But yeah, he's just, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of him. I think his opinions are a little bit off the wall.
If you ever wanted to think, if you ever had the conspiracy theory that the NBA was rigged, this is the year.
Yeah. 1.8% to get number one pick.
1.8% to get the lottery pick.
So
after you traded off,
what are you trading Luka for?
Yeah.
You trade. First off, the trade made no sense. I mean, he changed it for a cup of Starbucks and a bag of condoms.
They
that
sold
was
the team too for $10 billion. Think about that. That had to be some. There's no talk, and then all of a sudden they just sell the team. That had to be. There's got to be motivation driven and all of that. And I know There was some because the new owner of the Mavs wants to get casinos approved in Texas, so there's money all
Texas
over
is
that.
pushing back on it.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. Of
So
course.
they're going to be the Vegas Mavericks before.
No, they're not going to Vegas. There's no way they're taking that team out of Dallas.
I would
100%
definitely-
they're not doing that.
After this year, before Cooper got drafted, I was debating on whether I was going to be an OKC fan or not.
Yeah.
I've been a
Absolutely
Dallas
portrayed.
Mavericks fan since the early 90s.
No, I know you've been right there. I remember like you. It's like you. Who's that? Aller and then Steven Speck always like when I post something Mavs, you guys always like or comment.
Torrey Aller is really kind of out there on his opinions
Well, he's
for sure.
I'm not saying he's not. He's a Mavs fan though.
He is a Mavs fan, but he's
Yeah.
a Mavs fan to a fault.
Yeah.
And so I was a Spurs fan for a long time until we got the Thunder.
Ooh.
Oh, they built a dynasty. I'm sorry that Tim Duncan and Tony Parker and Mono Ginobili still
All rigged.
have some of the
Yeah, rigged.
highest win percentage of any players.
They bought those
Ever.
championships.
The Spurs did.
No,
They
I'm
drafted
just saying, they were
Ginobili at the
good.
end of the
No, they were
end of the
good.
first, and Parker in
mean,
the second
I'm not
round.
taking
They
anything
really-
away. I just don't like the Spurs. They kept the Mavs from competing in
I mean,
championships.
who were they really
dominant.
who were they really competing against though? You know, you had the Mavericks, the Lakers, and who?
Yeah.
Honestly, the West was pretty stacked. Like you had the
Lakers.
Carlos,
The
you had
Lakers.
Lakers,
you had
Mavs,
the Boozer, Darren Williams, Jazz that were pretty good. You had the Brandon Roy, Trailblazers that were pretty good.
Weak.
The West was
Who was good in the
always-
East?
No one back then.
Yeah.
LeBron and
I
the
mean,
Cleveland Cavaliers.
really nobody.
We're terrible
I mean, you think
then.
about
You had the LeBron and the Eric Snow
then-
Cavaliers.
You know,
Yeah.
LeBron goes to Miami, and you know that was it. That was really all there was.
Can I ask you a real question? And I want your real opinion.
real question.
2006. Do you think that was rigged against the Miami Heat and Dallas Mavericks? Tim Donahue.
I think Dwayne Wade
involvement.
went on a whole nother level.
I think Dwayne Wade got looked at and got onto the foul line. And yes, he did play lights out.
you know,
There's no
people say
question.
that about SGA these days. and
Yeah.
I just don't see
Yeah,
it.
I know.
Honestly,
Shane Gillis
man,
called it out. to SBs.
I remember because Dallas was up 3-1 at that time, 2-1,
2-1.
2-1.
Or 2-0, I think.
2-0.
It was
Okay.
2-0, yeah. At the
and
time.
they lost, and then they lost 4 straight.
Yeah, they lost 4 straight.
Dude, they were so good.
Yeah.
They were so good that year. I think Dallas was missing a lot of bench play late in games. When it got into the fourth quarter, they struggled to produce. They were relying heavily on what Dirk could do, and Dirk wasn't that guy that could post you up down low at the time and really conceal rebounds. And they didn't get that until 2010 with Chandler.
Tosh and Chandler, yeah. They had Eric Dampier at that time, I believe.
So they didn't have that low presence where the game today is really spread out and you really rely on that 3-point line. And power forwards are, I mean, outside of LaFrance from the early 2000s from Dallas, I mean, you didn't see a whole lot of, power forwards shooting 3-point shots, So outside of LaFrance, I mean, you see Dirk come in and really change the way that a power forward is looked at. So, he was capable of doing those things, but you still had to have a dominant presence down low in those years.
No,
and I think
Eric Dampier just didn't get it done.
I think Miami had it because they had Shaq, and so
Well, the reason
And
why
he still wasn't at the end of his career. He was
Yeah,
still pretty
correct.
he
dominant.
was hitting free throws in that series too.
I know that was crazy.
But the thing,
Conspiracy. He's hitting free throws.
well, the two
They had
things
magnets.
I want to point to is if you look at those games, the momentum shifted, and if you look at the fouls that were being called for Dwayne Wade, and secondly, that was around and mentioned in the Tim Donahue conspiracy. So again, I am a biased, obviously, being a Mavs fan.
Also, Dwayne Wade didn't miss from the mid range
didn't miss.
area.
but no, he was
He was
playing.
just-
He turned into
'Cause
MJ.
I was
so
I was in a
so
basketball camp during then, and I remember watching that series
Yeah,
and
it was
just like,
insane.
dude, this guy
Yeah.
cannot miss. It was insane.
he played maybe
He's
the best basketball of his
Yeah.
career in that
and
series.
he's very underrated as a shooting guard because LeBron James came over later and kind of him and Bosch kind of overshadowed.
I mean,
but
Did you see?
Think about that comment.
He said
though.
I was MJ, or what did he say? I'm MJ before I got hurt, or something
Yeah.
like that. I'm like,
I don't know about that, but
don't know
I
about
think
that,
I think
bro.
Wade gets overlooked for sure.
yeah.
When think about that comment that I made though, I mean he probably played his best basketball that he's ever played in that series alone.
I don't disagree with that.
and he's a
It's kinda like-
he's a Hall of Famer without it.
It's honestly
You know what
kind
I
of
mean?
like Flacco, just like, he's a whatever quarterback, but when he gets to the playoffs,
He
he's
gets
just
to the playoffs.
insane.
He's a dog, dude. He's an absolute
One of the best
dog.
Baltimore Ravens quarterbacks in the
I
playoffs
know.
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been good for sure for
And
a
I
long
mean,
time.
like you can match up really well against other like certain teams, and so you get matched up with those teams in the playoffs.
yeah,
And
no, I mean, again, living through it, going back and watching, I've watched that series.
I just
a
remember
ton
that
of
one because I
times.
was in basketball camp. I remember
Yeah,
watching
right.
that one hardcore.
I just think
Because it was just a series you don't normally see. You were used to watching Kobe Bryant, you were used to watching Tim Duncan, you were used to watching
Pete.
all these other teams, and so watching the Mavericks and Heat, you're like, this is not your normal finals.
Yeah.
And so that one really sticks out for
Because
sure.
who did you have in 2006? You had Howard, you had Dirk, you had
Jason Terry.
Jason Terry, but Terry wasn't.
He wasn't like he was
He
in
wasn't
2010.
Jason Terry 2011.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he was good.
Yeah.
He was hitting shots. He was new to the
had-
team. He was learning the system that year.
What else do we have? I'm trying to think.
I mean, that was really it. I mean, there really wasn't anybody. I mean, it was Dirk, and even in 2011, it was just Dirk. But Terry
Yeah.
helped out quite a bit.
Well, and they had a better. I felt like they had a better
JJ
supporting
Barrera
cast.
Yeah.
in
Played in
2011.
Lights Out.
Yeah.
He dominated in that.
Because
Obviously,
2011
Tyson
they
Chandler
had
was a
Sean Marion and they had
Sean
Pager.
Marion.
They had Pager, right?
Yeah, they
Pager
had-
Stojakovic.
Yeah, they had Sean Marion. I forgot about him.
yeah.
I feel like they had a really
the
good.
weirdest shot in maybe
Yeah.
NBA history.
Yeah.
But I feel like they had a much better supporting cast in 2011 for Dirk
Yeah.
Yeah,
than
they
they did in
Agreed.
2006.
I loved Marion when he was at the Suns. You know,
Yeah,
when,
no,
he,
for
when
sure.
he was.
That was
I
one
thought
of
when
the-
they picked him up, that
and I
was going to be the
can't-
biggest.
That's probably
steal.
one of the best teams to never win a championship. Was that like 2000? I'd say like 2006, 2007
Yeah.
Suns team with like Amari Stoudemire.
Okay, so I put
Steve
them
Nash,
in the Nets.
Sean Marion. They had the issue with with the Spurs where
Yeah.
he got knocked or whatever. But that team was great. Amari Stoudemire was a
Yeah.
dog.
The
well,
year-
they got robbed. The Spurs, that one where Amari Stoudemire got suspended. No, they got robbed. They would have absolutely won
Don't
that
leave the bench.
Well, yeah.
Don't leave
that-
your bench.
That completely changed the series.
Spurs
I
were
was watching
dominant, though.
every
I mean-
single game of that because my buddy was a Spurs fan, and
We
I
can
wanted
say
the Suns
whatever,
to
but
win.
the Spurs were dominant.
They're great.
Every,
I'm not
every
saying-
year.
the Spurs have
every
been a
year
great team.
Tim Duncan was there. It was a winning season, and they made the playoffs.
I tried to.
one of the
That's
greatest.
a-
I'm not
the
good
thing.
at basketball, but I tried to play my game of basketball.
I was
you
number
would call
21
it.
because of Tim Duncan.
From
I loved
Ginobili.
Tim Duncan.
Yeah, I like to play like Ginobili.
See, Dirk was my favorite player,
Yeah, I like
right next to Kobe Bryant. I'm surprised I never was a Lakers fan. I mean, I
Yeah.
was.
Kobe
I
was
cheered.
great. I
I
think-
cheered for
yeah.
the Lakers when they were in it, and the Mavs weren't. I was always
Yeah.
diehard Mavs, but I mean, Kobe was.
Well,
my,
in the 2011,
player.
whenever the Mavs swept them, that was right after
Yeah.
a championship
Yeah.
that they had. So
Yep.
It was nuts.
that was really impressive. For sure.
How bad did it hurt you when they traded Luca? When you found out he's the one that messaged me? I'm like, dude, you're stupid. You're not
let's
trading
just-
No, I
Luka.
think this is real. This
let's
is
just say
shams.
I got in trouble at work for cussing on the microphone.
Okay. Yeah. I've been in a glass cage of emotions.
Yeah, I was so mad. I was just like, "Oh, that's cool." I mean, you guys traded. I said this before. You traded Luca for Starbucks and a box of condoms.
Reminds
Like,
me of
congratulations,
wasn't even a
Semi-pro. We
box of
traded him for
condoms, man. It was like a bag
washing
of peanuts.
machine.
because they're trying to blank us. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it was just nuts.
Well, it makes sense now. You got Cooper Flag out of it and Anthony Davis. So
Yeah.
maybe Anthony Davis makes it through a whole season. We'll see.
Okay, first off,
Street clothes Anthony Davis.
Flag could be the greatest player, the greatest Mavs of all time. I'm
could.
just saying,
He could.
We'll see. I don't.
You've been a
But
Cooper
you
Flag
never-
hater,
you
man.
never
No, I just
Yeah, you
he's-
are. He had one bad game.
He played 1 year in college.
Odom.
Yeah,
Odom.
exactly.
1
Greg
year in
Oden.
college.
Greg Oden for sure.
He's not going to be Greg Oden.
To be fair, Greg
Please.
Oden had a lot of injuries. I'm not saying Cooper Flag won't be good. I'm just saying I don't see him as like the next Messiah, the next Dirk Nowitzki.
I'm
Like,
not saying he is. I
and
never
everybody's
said
like,
that.
oh, he's going to average 20 and 10 this year. No, I'm like, he's going to be more of like a 14 and 5 kind of guy.
18-10. I'm calling it right now.
They'll give him the ball a little bit more, I think.
I
They
think
will.
he's gonna be a
Well,
defensive-
I think it's going to be a lot of Kyrie and Anthony Davis. Well, when Kyrie
Yes.
comes back, but it's going to be a lot of Kyrie, Anthony Davis. It's going to be a very learning curve for Cooper Flag because he only played 1 year in college.
But he's
Like,
probably going to have to do a lot more because We're talking about the glass man himself. You know,
Welcome
and
back
for
to the Dallas Mavericks podcast.
I feel like Mavericks fans have to have a very surreal expectation when it comes to the season.
Rookie of the year, 18 and 10.
Torrey Aller is a
3
great
steals,
example. He's like, oh, we're like number 2 or number
2
1.
blocks.
I'm
per
like,
game.
no, you guys are like
If he
number
can come
5.
in and do what Wiggins
No.
has done in
Yeah.
his rookie year, I mean, that would be great. But
for sure, yeah. No,
I mean, I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket right now with the Mavericks
I'm
because
picking
I'm
the-
still upset
Well,
about the Luka trade.
I feel like they're going to
but-
finish like 5th. I'm picking them like number 5 in the West.
But let's look at reality. Cooper Flagg's going to be a great player.
Back to the
That's not
reality.
even debatable. Yeah, back to reality. Anthony Davis can't stay healthy. It is what it is. Kyrie's
I
not.
did pick them
yeah,
over the Lakers. So.
Yeah. Well, thanks. Yes, you should try that.
I hate LeBron. Just putting it on the record. I hate LeBron.
Kyrie's. We don't know when Kyrie's coming back. What's his face is past his prime. He's on the backside of it. I can't. Why can't?
Anthony Davis?
No. What's his face from Golden State? I can't. Klay Thompson.
Oh,
He's past his prime. I still love him. I think he's one of the greatest shooters of all time, next to his
Steph Curry.
protege, Steph Curry. But you know, we've got some good, cool players. We made some good acquisitions, but I don't think it's all going to come together. Not when a guy that's coming in his rookie year, not a guy that can't stay healthy, and Kyrie's coming off of a major injury.
You guys
even though
have
he's ahead of schedule.
good depth for
Yeah,
sure.
We do.
And so
Absolutely.
I could see you guys making a run to be like in the second round, third round, maybe conference finals,
we
kind
are
of
set
team.
up to win a championship right
Yeah,
now as
right
we
now.
don't make the playoffs.
Absolutely not.
No, I agree with Garrett. I think we'll be 5th or 6th, depending on how.
And I think you guys could
quickly
upset some
Kyrie
teams.
comes
I
back.
really do. But like as someone who knows basketball and was really just hardcore paying attention, like I just don't see them winning a championship right now.
No.
Cooper Flagg could surprise me. You never know.
Yeah,
It's just hard for a freshman out of college to come and be just
Dominant in the
immediately dominant in the NBA.
I agree.
I think-
we've seen it time and time again. Statistically, you're around.
Anthony Bennett, anybody?
Yeah.
That was probably the worst number 1 pick I've ever seen in my life.
My thought going into the season, Dallas Mavericks, this is where I think they'll finish the year. I think they'll enter the playoffs as the 5th seed.
That's what I said. I said 5.
That's fair.
I think
5th, 6th is what I just said.
Yeah, I think 5th is about as high as they get.
Yeah, I agree.
The West is tough still. The East is really tough, but the West is going to be a lot tougher this year.
For sure. Because you
Nuggets
got the
got better.
Thunder, you got the Rockets, you have the Nuggets and the Spurs. I think are the top 4. And then I think the Mavericks
Minnesota?
really.
Did you say Minnesota?
I think Minnesota's could argue for the 5th. I really think the Spurs improved a lot.
Lakers
personally.
could be decent this year. You know,
Could be, yeah. I think
be.
that 6th through 8th spot is going to be
It's
really
pretty wide open.
or the 6th through 10.
Yeah,
or
I
whatever,
I think everything from 5 down is wide open.
Yeah, for
in the
sure.
West. So
I would definitely agree with that. That's crazy.
I think the playing thing is kind
Why
of
can't we
silly,
move to the
personally.
East
yeah, I know, right?
and coast?
Why can't the East get good?
I know. They're good for a couple of years.
Yeah.
you know,
So
but
while we're on sports, I wanted to ask you: did you have a sportscaster, growing up that kind of inspired you, or anybody that you kind of latched onto or learned from?
well, I know I'm a big college fan, so
Yeah.
Kirk Herbstreit was. I loved his style of.
Here's a
he's
guy.
he's a color commentator. You
Yeah.
know, he's not the play-by-play guy, but his in-depth knowledge and how he was a huge Ohio. I mean, he played quarterback for Ohio State. He was a Ohio State fan.
Yeah.
And the way that he called games against Ohio State there was no favoritism.
Yeah.
And I loved that. And I always try to implement that into the games that I do. And it's one of the reasons why I've been so successful in my career is because, again, when you start talking about these lower tier guys, and I'm a lower tier guy, I've gotten some big games in, serious things of that nature in my past, which is great. Good contract work. It's not full time, but
Yeah.
I've gotten that. I've gotten on a short list of local broadcasters for big games because I don't try to gung ho one team. So
Yeah.
I really get I think I attribute a lot of how I call games in a sense to what Kirk Herbstreit has done. Now, Jim Nantz, another great one.
Yeah,
absolutely love Jim Nantz. I thought he was great. There's so many great broadcasters out there that I've kind of molded my own, but from kind of what they do into what I do.
Yeah.
But it's all about, again, taking what you hear and then making it your own and making it original. And I think that's what I've always tried to do. But yeah, if I had to focus on one person, I would probably say it would be those two, Jim Nantz and Kirk Herbstreit.
I think they're two great model. I mean, I love listening to them. They're both amazing.
I love watching Herbstreit's dogs. Like, I'm really sad he lost one, but he's is it Ben? I think Ben is the new one.
I love Lamp.
And let me tell you this: and people will think he's an absolute jerk.
I don't feel like he.
I've never felt that way.
He is one of the nicest people I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. I mean, sat down, held a conversation for 10, 15 minutes and actually cared about the conversation.
Anyone who really owns like golden retrievers and brings like dogs in general, if you own dogs and come out, like I don't feel like you can.
Hey, Michael Vick owned dogs.
Well,
and we are officially canceled.
Yeah. All right.
You just ruined my whole thing. I'm sorry. I hate Michael Vick. Anyway,
I'm just proving that not every just because you own dogs.
You can just tell from.
Yeah,
that.
no, I think he's
guy.
I think he seems like a very genuine person. I think he speaks with passion. That's not, you can't fabricate it, and I love that.
It's kind of like El Presidente and Miss Peaches,
Yeah, 100%. So
honestly, my wife got the Miss Peaches like lemonade thing, and most of that goes to dog sanctuaries, which is great. But it's I don't know. It's just I like supporting that kind of stuff. Because I'm a big dog person.
All right, so this is not a 4-hour episode. Let's move on to movies and talk about some movies and shows.
4-hour episode now, bro. You brought it up.
I did.
We're in.
This is the episode that never ends. It goes on and on.
We'll be back for a 5-minute commercial break, and when we come back, another 5 hours.
Brought to you by Tampax. Not a sponsor, but hey,
still not a sponsor.
Can I say the F word on here? Can I say?
You're allowed to say whatever you want. It's a free country. Last time I checked.
Today's game is brought to you by Fuck You, because Fuck You. That's why. Remember, SDIC.
Fuck around and find out.
I feel like this has turned into a Family Guy episode.
Okay, so I'm a big movie guy, so I really want to talk a little about broadcasting in general, I guess, in movies. So, In the Army Now is a great one. I assume you've seen that movie, correct? With Robin Williams.
It's probably been a long time since I've seen.
Or not? Sorry.
Good Morning Vietnam.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
That was a good one. Now it has been a long time since I've seen that, so
that's
I
a
probably
great movie
could
to
quote
go
one thing.
In the Army Now is also good. Pauly Shore, but I'm talking in. Holy crap!
Might be the biggest Pauly Shore fan I've ever met.
I like Pauly Shore.
Pauly Shore's funny. Like
a lot of his '90s stuff. His stuff
90s
nowadays
stuff,
is kind of weird. I mean, his podcast stuff.
When you do the same thing over and over again, it's just
yeah.
Kind of like Will Ferrell, if you will.
Have you ever seen Pump Up the Volume with Christian Slater?
No, but let me tell you one of Christian Slater's best movies that I love
of all time.
And it's an 80s movie.
Oh.
All right.
Okay, I'm listening.
All right. You like skateboarding?
Tony Hawk?
Tony Hawk was in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know he is.
It was...
it wasn't Robin Hood? Prince of Thieves?
I'm going to have to... I got to remember what the name of the movie is called. It's Gleaming the Cube. Gleaming the Cube. Yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
I haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
It is so good. If there's a movie that you go home and watch tonight, you probably find it on YouTube, cheap. But Gleaming the Cube, it is a skateboard movie. It was at the height of skateboarding. I'm not a huge skateboard guy, but I was a fan of it because my brother David used to be an X Games skater.
Okay.
And
awesome.
And he used to ride with Campbell and a few of those other California guys out of San Diego when he was in the 90s.
Yeah.
Amazing skateboarder. But he got me into Gleaming the Cube, and that's kind of like mine and his movie to watch. When we get together, we'll go back and watch a movie every once in a while. That's the one we pick. But this was when Tony Hawk was really at the height of it. And there's this scene where Christian Slater is actually like on the skateboard, like jumping up and down, and he's doing all of this crazy skateboard
Tricks.
work or whatever you call it, and it was Tony Hawk the entire time wearing a wig, and like you could see.
It's like, how's that guy so good?
You could see like the hairstyle, like his hair come up under the wig and the shadow and whatnot. It was
funny.
hilarious. I was like, yeah, that's not Christian Slater.
No,
That's
not at all.
somebody else.
Well, so Pump Up the Volume. I originally really liked that movie because when I first saw it, I was younger and I was like, oh, I can see boobs, whatever. And but it turned out really good because it was. And Christian Slater plays this DJ who does I guess like a talk show out of his own house. Mm-hmm. I don't know what that's called exactly off the top of my head.
Podcast?
But no, it wasn't.
I'm just checking.
It's
Seth Green was in that.
something.
Yeah.
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 It's like something radio.
Yeah, this one is Seth. Wasn't that one of Seth Green's first?
Gorilla, it's not really radio. It's something. But anyway, it turned out to be really good because he was like trying to like put it to the man or whatever. But anyway, that movie ended up being really good. I really like that one as far as like broadcasting kind of movies go.
Yeah, I was telling you, which I know you haven't seen this. This is a newer movie, September 5th. It's about the Olympics and the 70s or whenever they had the Israeli hostages. Mm-hmm. It's super good.
What is it called?
September 5th.
September 5th.
Yeah, that's what
It's a
called.
new movie.
Yeah, it's 2024. Yeah, I watched it on the plane. It's really good. It's about the Olympics.
Netflix or whatnot.
I'm not sure.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah, it's really good though. I watched it not too long ago, and I don't know if you've ever seen The Network. That's a 1976 film.
See,
That's a good one.
sports movies were really good in the 90s, 80s, 2000s. They have not been good since 2010.
Yeah,
I don't feel. I'm trying to think of like
some of my favorite sports movies are like Coach Carter.
Love
or,
Coach Carter. Love it.
Yeah, I remember the Titans.
I was just about to say
Stand
that.
along with
Rudy, Jerry
the
Maguire.
Titans.
Those are all old movies.
I'm trying to think of sports movies I've liked recently. There was one with Ben Affleck.
Well, there was 42.
Yeah.
Okay, that was really good.
What's the one with Ben Affleck that he did? He was a coach. He was like an alcoholic.
Oh yeah, I never watched it.
That one was pretty good.
I never watched
that
it,
wasn't
but
bad.
I know which one you're talking about.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, that one was good. Taika Waititi did one about the Hawaiian soccer team. That was
You
okay.
haven't tried that one yet, right?
The Knob Creek.
No. Which one did
Knob
you?
Creek?
You just
I
drank
just
this.
tried that.
Oh, the
Eagle.
Eagle Rare. Yeah, Eagle Rare is
Yeah.
one of my favorites. That's a store pick though, but yes, Knob
Yeah,
Creek
I'll try
12.
that one out too.
And we don't have to do newer. Like, what are some of your like favorite sports movies?
The newest one, I would probably say, and y'all will probably disagree with me on this if you've seen it. Happy Gilmore 2.
I haven't got to watch
watched
it
it yet.
I did watch the. I
loved
did
it.
watch the scene with Eminem, and he was like
it's great.
the jackass son or whatever.
I'll say this.
That was hilarious.
The first 15 minutes of the movie, I watched in the studio over at Mix, and I was laughing so hard. Derek was walking into the studio for his morning shift, and he's like, "What the hell are you doing over there, dude?" I'm like, I'm watching Happy Gilmore 2. I couldn't wait. The last 38 minutes is kind of weird. Wasn't great. Wasn't spectacular.
Well, and like killing his wife off pretty early was kind of weird.
Yeah,
right?
that was kind of depressing, but
kinda
there
like
was so much comedy in it.
Well, it kind of comes up with like,
you know?
is it comedy or does that even make sense? Kind of thing.
It's
Like,
morbid,
you know,
but yeah, I mean, she died from a golf
hitting-
ball.
him hitting the face of the golf ball.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. People die all the time from golf balls.
Sure.
I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's
yeah.
a dangerous
In,
thing.
in
one
Adam
in 20.
Sandler's world, I'm sure that
yeah,
makes sense.
1 in 20.
Golf balls are dangerous, man. They come in hot, dude.
Yeah.
They hit you in the temple. You're,
No,
you're out.
I do plan on watching that.
I used to
Hell,
call
I
my
watch it
ex-wife a
tonight.
golf ball.
Yeah.
He's a killer.
You did like Happy Gilmore too, though?
I loved it.
Okay.
Loved it.
Did it brought you back?
Dude, the Eminem scenes I've seen is cracked me. He's like, jackass.
The Eminem scene was funny. It was okay, but there were so many people that came from the old one.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast.
Oh, and of course, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but
Yeah.
that part right there was one of the best parts in the movie. in regards to the nostalgia.
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
that it was great.
Yeah, I'm excited. Now
Not
Well-
a traditional sports movie, but
I don't know. It's like I don't know if you can even say spoilers because like every scene from that movie's kind of started
on a
making
commercial
its way
or
towards
infomercial.
TikTok and
Yeah,
stuff.
they even put a golf ball on what was it, New York Tower thing, and I was like, "Geez, man."
I mean, you got to kind of love Adam Sandler. The cool thing about Adam Sandler is he just shows up to his like his releases with khaki shorts and a whatever he wants to wear. I don't know, but I don't know. He's one of those guys that I don't think anybody can hate on.
yeah.
You know, whether his movies are bad or not, he shows up and I don't know. You kind of laugh.
I think the thing with the Adam Sandler movies now is, you know, Adam Sandler's, he was so funny in the 90s. Even in the early 2000s, he was hilarious. But in his older years, and that's one of the things on the movie that just makes you think, like, you watched Happy Gilmore prior to watching Happy Gilmore 2, and you see the difference in age, and you see all the flashbacks in the movie from the original movie, and you think, dude, where's the time gone? You know, it's been 30 years since Happy Gilmore 1 came out, and you can tell the age difference. And his style of movies that he's doing nowadays and all the stuff that he does with Netflix, it's just not the same.
No.
And I think a lot of it has to do because he's implemented the family style.
And that's what I was talking to
comedy
my wife
and-
about. Is like,
Yeah,
his stuff isn't as good as
It's not.
it used
It's
to
not
be.
like it used to. And I guess we all get to that age. I mean, heck, 20 years ago, I was partying my butt off, you know, and I don't do that kind of thing anymore. But
No. I'm at home.
the comedy that I
Watching a
think is
movie.
funny, like I go through my Facebook religiously every day and I say, oh, I posted that in my memories. Like I go to my memories and I go, oh, shit, I posted that. Yeah.
me,
I don't want
10
that
years
coming
ago
back.
is pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I get it, but I think that was reason why Adam Sandler was so funny back in the 90s, 2000s. I loved this new version of Adam Sandler in Happy Gilmore 2 because it brought back a lot of the old of Adam Sandler's versus what you've seen in the last 15
Yeah,
years
Hippie
or so.
Halloween was really hard to.
It was
to
hard.
make
It was
through,
terrible.
for sure.
It was terrible. But it brings back the old style, and I think that's what to me made the movie so great. There'd be a lot of people that disagree with it, but I thought it was fantastic.
But then you watch like Uncut Gems, and you're like, oh, he's an Oscar nomination kind of character, and so
Yeah.
it may just because it's not his own project. I don't know, but I don't know why he's so inconsistent. Like I get he's still kind of hanging on to the past as far as I guess comedy kind of goes.
Well,
but
I don't know if I don't know if
but it's like every now and then he comes out with those things like, oh, well, he's nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah, like that movie where he was in with Penelope Cruz. I thought that movie, Spanglish, that movie, I thought that was great. Like his serious roles, I think, and I don't know, you may not have liked it. I was in love with Penelope
I
Cruz.
like
but
Click a lot, but Click was really
Click
kind of
was really good.
It was really long. Like
Yeah.
I
almost
ain't lying,
too
it was
long.
one of the first
And,
movies
like-
I cried in.
Like Funny
Yeah, it's
People,
sad.
Funny People was just too long. It almost feels like
It is
some
a
of the stuff he
tearjerker.
try too hard on is just too long.
yeah, but when his acting career started, he was outlandish. That's why he was famous. He was funny. And Happy Gilmore, I mean, that is the craziest movie ever.
Yeah,
Waterboy, H2O,
Yeah, H2O and Waterboy and Little Nicky and
water.
so the crazy stuff. I mean, I don't know. He's kind of one of those actors. He can be a chameleon. He can form into different things. I just think it's not for everybody, and he doesn't.
I like that he shows up in like cargo shorts and
Yeah, he's real. I mean,
Hawaiian
that's who he
t-shirts
is.
Not
for
afraid to be
premieres,
himself.
like whatever.
No.
Yeah, his wife obviously doesn't care. Like
He's got.
I think
millions of dollars.
his daughter, two of his daughters were in this newest movie.
Oh,
so-
that's cool.
Yep.
Nice.
Which I think one of them
Well, I'm
has been
excited
in a
to watch
bunch
it.
of movies. So
All right.
yeah, I might watch it tonight. I don't know.
Netflix, Happy Gilmore 2. If you haven't seen it and you love Happy Gilmore, check it out.
Now, don't sit there and have high expectations and say, "Oh, it's going to be just as good," because it's never as
No,
good.
you can't be as good as Happy
It's
Gilmore.
never as good.
No, and
Somebody's
nostalgia.
closer.
I don't think anybody.
nostalgia is
I don't
what-
think any like Adam Sandler fans expect it to be as good as like the
Yeah.
old stuff. And another thing, you don't have Farley running around.
Stop
too.
looking at me, Schwan.
Stop staring at me, Swan.
Yeah.
Sorry. We're trying to cram as many quotes as we possibly can in this episode. This is the quote episode. But that's
Quote
great.
episode.
No, we were going to talk just a couple shows. Have you seen Newsroom? It was on HBO.
I saw the very first
a good
Newsroom episode, which was the one where
He does
talking to the
America's Not the
crowd.
Greatest
Yeah,
Country.
I saw
and
that one.
It's one of the famous speeches. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty common thing for everyone to see.
And I tried to watch a couple of episodes, but I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I grew up with politicians. Dad was a federal judge as well. Supreme Court judge.
Mine was my great grandfather was Speaker of the House. For Oklahoma, so
my mother's a lawyer as well, and we've had politicians. We're Chickasaw actually, and our family is.
we're Choctaw.
Have Carrie T in Choctaw, my baby. She's a chicken wild. Sorry.
He's a one of a kind.
Some country people wouldn't get that.
We got a lot of politicians in the Chickasaw Nation that are family, and it was really hard at dinner as a kid because obviously I went into radio and everybody else went into politics of some sort. And so I was the talker, and then everybody else was the listener and the judger. So
contempt. I hold you in contempt.
Yeah. So for me, politics was never my thing. Now, whenever I first got into the radio industry and I garnered a voice, if you will, there was a lot of people that were trying to get me into politics. Matter of fact, I remember one time in Atoka, it was like 2 days before the city council election, and I had looked over and saw that my name was on the election board. I was like, "What the heck is this?" And I went and took my name off. I'm like, I did not sign up for this, And I'd done Chamber of Commerce, and I'm on Durant Street, Main Street's board, or not the board. I'm a I guess what you would call a volunteer. And I've done other things, but politics was never my thing. So those political movies and things of that nature just never really struck a chord for me.
Got it. Okay. Have you ever seen The Morning Show on Apple TV? Another really good
I don't
one.
have Apple. I don't have
You
Apple
should.
TV. Yeah.
It's really, there's like a really good
That's
show.
the thing of these.
Thing.
Just real quick, that's another thing about these days. I feel like you have to have every single app to watch everything.
You need 37 streaming
You have
services.
to have
Garrett. What's
Apple, and
wrong
you have
with
to have
that?
Paramount, and you have to have this, and you have to have this.
Forget buying TV. We're just going to get Paramount. We're going to get Netflix. We're going to get HBO. We're going to get Hulu. We're going to get Disney. And then, bam, next thing I know, I'm spending $79. Like, shit. I was paying $79 for YouTube TV.
You were selling direct TV, dude. For 12 months, you could have it for $59.99. You can't handle the truth.
Thank you for calling DirecTV, America's #1
Dude,
satellite
he's so
provider.
good at that. I like DirecTV. If you're listening out there, the executives.
Do you remember the DirecTV rap I made?
Yes,
Do you?
I vaguely remember.
don't.
Do you know it?
Oh, I remember it. Yeah,
Well,
I
can
remember
you?
it.
Can
I
you spit
don't
it?
know it,
highlights
so I'd
it.
love to hear it.
Let's hear it.
I took Vanilla Ice's song.
Boom,
Ice
Ice Baby, yeah.
All right, stop, collaborate, and listen. DirecTV's back with a brand new invention. DVR grabs a hold of you tightly. Shows on TV like The Walking Dead nightly.
Dude, hire this guy. What are you doing?
That was me beatboxing there, and that was Gabbard dropping some rap,
Gang, gang.
signing Eminem,
Gang, gang. Yo, my name
adding
is
to the
Mikey
list.
G.
Dr.
and my
Dre, if you're
rhymes are
listening,
fresh. You might think you're cool, but you got bad breath. That's all I got. That's all I got.
I got one little story my mom scared. She's got you move with your auntie and uncle in Belia. All right, we're gonna move to nerdy stuff. We're gonna move nerdy stuff in the last call, and we're closing this out. Did you get some of the Knob Creek 12?
Oh, not yet.
I want you to
Not
try
yet.
it. I need
I've
you to
tried
try it.
pretty much
Please try
everything,
this.
He needs you to.
I need
or
you.
He can't move on
I
with his
need
life.
you.
I have
now.
tried everything so far.
So I think the only nerdy thing that you do is a little bit of gaming. So what do you do? That's nerdy.
Yeah, a little bit of gaming.
This guy says he likes Call of Duty, but I don't know. Do you really like Call of
you
Duty?
really
Is
like
that
it?
really a thing?
No, it pisses me off. It pisses me off.
that game.
I play it every freaking night, it seems
There's
like.
nothing more in this world that makes me mad than Warzone and
Call
people.
of Duty
It's
players.
crazy.
God.
It
But-
takes up too much time.
It's like
Those
you love
Call
it.
of
It's
Duty
love-hate.
players,
I
man.
know.
I was a big NCAA football guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loved that. Obviously, I've got PC now, so I can't play it. But Call of Duty Warzone, I do. I've got a bunch of friends. We're in a big Discord, and we play every night, morning sometimes. If I get time because my morning shift is only 4 hours at work.
Yeah.
So sometimes I might go home, and if I've got some extra time, I might play all day until the kids get home.
No, yeah.
And then cook dinner. But yeah, that's legit, man. I spend most of my time nerding out cooking. Like I love
to
cooking
cook as well.
gourmet meals, like legit. I've learned how to make sushi.
Nice.
I've learned how to really make anything you can think of.
What are you learning your gourmet meals on? Are you YouTube them, or what are you doing?
To be honest with you, I sit there and I see something that on Facebook or whatever, like a meal, and I'm thinking that looks really good. I wonder what's in it, and I just take a look at the recipe, and then I build the recipe myself. I don't even use recipes. I just kind of know how things get put together.
Okay,
and
that's pretty cool.
And so I've been doing that for a long time.
Yeah.
I do 99% of the cooking at home.
I do. Well, we've split some of the cooking, but it's like 70-30, I think now. 60-40, depends.
I'm like 100%.
100%. It works 60%.
My wife barely likes to use the microwave.
We don't even own a microwave.
100% of the time. It works 60% of the time, all the time.
Yeah.
Sex Panther.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. Sex Panther is not a sponsor.
Tampax is.
Yeah.
Right?
100%. They're knocking on our door now.
Should we do one by Chase Bank?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
Today's podcast is brought to you by Chase Bank, because Chase Bank, not vagina.
Yes, that was $1,000.
All right. We're rich now.
Remember FDIC. All right. Anyway,
FDIC approved.
FDIC.
I'm totally getting fired from my job after this. But no,
It's okay. They probably won't know.
Make sports broadcasting great again.
It's all right. We don't have 2,000 followers.
sports broadcasting great again. Fire Mike.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do a lot of cooking, man. Do a lot of gaming when I get a chance. But that's about as nerdy as I get, man. I stay so busy.
Yeah.
And with kid life, let me just say this: as many jobs and hats and whatnot that I wear, my number one priority is my kids. And I don't
100%.
I
Amen,
don't miss events.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm always there. I always make sure that their hands are busy. I'm always involved, and I think as a man, you are not a man.
Are you 40?
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Sorry, I had to.
I got children. I had.
I'll
sex
let you
one
get.
time.
That was good. You're a good speech. I screwed that up for you.
But if you're a man and you don't produce for your children, and I'm not talking about money, I'm talking about time.
Yeah.
Because there is nothing more valuable than your time. And your kids will remember it. My dad was a workaholic. He had many different hats, but he was never there. And today I even hold a huge grudge. Mm-hmm. I try not to, it's been years. I love him to death. He's a good person.
Yeah.
He's kind of set in his ways. It is what it is. But I carry that into how I am a parent, because I want my kids to remember me being there, not being absent. So with all those hats that I wear, that's my number one nerdy thing. Is I am legit that girl dad that will dress up. I will wear the dress. I will paint the nails. I will
mini tea parties.
I will do tea parties. I will wear makeup. I don't care. If they want me to do it, that's what I do.
So that brings up
awesome.
An interesting question for me. So if your daughter or son or whoever is in high school and you have to do their game, right? Are you going to do the game, or are you going to have someone else do it, kind of, because you don't want to be biased towards your kid?
Scarlett, if you piss me off, I'm not calling your name once during this game. If you don't clean your room, I'm going to say that every shot you make is somebody else. Because
it's hard to be biased when it's your kids, right?
Yeah. I think I don't think that would play a factor. I would be honored to, and actually, you know what? One of the reasons why I've done a Toka Sports for so long as I have is because I want to keep that spot, so when my kids get older, I can call those games.
Oh, okay. Be there and be there.
Listen, I have turned down a lot of big jobs, a lot of big opportunities, because I wanted to be close to my children. I've sacrificed a lot in regards to my career to make sure that I was present for my kids. And that's the reason why I wear so many hats that I do now, is because I got to make that money.
Yeah.
You know,
Take care
but
of your family.
I also got to be there.
Yeah.
I could also see you going, Scarlett, what are you doing?
Scarlett, dang it, that was terrible.
But I do want to.
You're awful.
I want to take a second to commend you for that. You know, that isn't a lot of people's mindset. A lot of people's mindset is me, 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 me.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we love our children, time is so valuable. It's something you can't get back.
I saw a really good quote earlier. It was like a Reddit thing that was I can't remember exactly what it was. It was Reddit. They were being like very selfish, I guess.
Are you grabbing boobs? Is
Yeah,
that what
grabbing boobs. But he said that technology has made us isolated, and so
100%.
and I think that COVID and technology and all this stuff has kind of made us isolated to ourselves, and so
Yeah.
it's about breaking away from COVID. COVID was a weird time. It's kind of breaking away from and kind of getting back to normal, if that makes sense.
You know what? I remember COVID being in the house.
Yeah.
Now, okay, first off, I filed for divorce with my ex-wife in December of 19. Okay?
Mine was in 2020, so you can imagine.
Yeah. I didn't move out of the house until the end of January 2020. I slept in my car for 2.5 weeks.
Wow.
All right. My parents lived next door to us, so I couldn't go to my parents and avoid her, right? Avoid the situation that I was in. So I slept in my car outside of the radio station for 2.5 weeks. I think actually, 2.5 weeks. And I remember taking my first check that I got from work after I left officially, and spending all of my paycheck getting into no bedroom. What is it? A studio home, a studio style home, and sleeping on a rolled up piece of carpet that very first night. And I had the best sleep in my entire life that night. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy to think. Like, I look back at those moments,
Yeah.
and I start to really see like who I want to be and what I want to be emotionally, physically, mentally.
Yeah.
And you know what was crazy about it is that was in February. So now fast forward a month later, and then bam, COVID hits March.
Yeah.
I'm on my way to go do Division II basketball in Missouri, and we're getting the call saying the NCAA tournament's been canceled. Right. So now I'm out of work.
Yeah.
And I'm now in this house. I don't even own a bed, really. I mean, I do, but it's not much of a bed. I've got a mattress on a floor that a friend gave me. And so, you know, those were big struggle times. What I remember about COVID is the resilience that I had to have and the depression that I had gone through for the first, year or so. But I'll tell you this, I met my girlfriend that I'm currently with now in April of 2020 on House Party app.
Really?
We, a bunch of us buddies, we decided we were going to play drinking games on the phones since we couldn't be in person. And we were playing drinking games on the phone. And I met her, and I drew the stick figure drawing of her. It was a picture of her with, really long hair, beautiful hair. And it was a stick figure, big tits. And
The opposite of my stick figure.
Hey, it just depends.
Tomato.
She goes, this is not me. And I said, that is you. I drew you a photo. I hope you like. And she's like, stop messaging me.
I drew you like one of my French girls.
I got a restraining order.
She literally said, stop messaging me. I found her on Facebook, and I said, hey, come on, please go on a date with me. And she was like, no, please go on a date with me. No. Finally, I send her a message and say, such and such date, Goff, Atoka, I'll order the pizza. And she was so confused, but she finally said yes.
She's like, you had me at pizza.
She's like, I'm going to say yes.
She's like,
this
well,
guy will
I'm
not-
hungry. I guess I could go for a slice.
Pizza sounds good.
I love pizza. What, you don't like pizza?
Yeah.
No.
So that's what I loved about COVID. If it weren't for her, I probably wouldn't have made it through. But I mean, that was definitely a trial in my life where I even in my job now, I'm thinking, what do you do?
Yeah.
So, shout out to her, obviously, because she helped me get through all that. That was a tough time for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. We lost almost 2 years of our life.
Yeah.
I mean,
For nothing.
Yeah, for nothing. And it's funny you mentioned that because I got back in gaming because of COVID.
Yeah.
Warzone. That was my release
up.
outside of my family, obviously, which is a priority. But you're in the house, cooped up. Family becomes very agitated. You get agitated being around somebody constantly 24/7. But I love my family to death more than anything in the world. But Call of Duty would get on, 7:00 at night. Me and a couple boys, we'd get on and play, and that was our way to connect and release. It was like the only almost human interaction you'd have at some point. And I was kind of in the same industry. I was in call centers, and we're getting our call centers shut down. We're operating in different countries, and I'm like, man, I could lose my job any second. And luckily I was able to make it through. And I remember I was on vacation when COVID hit. I was at in Florida. Where does everybody go in Florida? Destin. I was in Destin, and I'm on vacation, but I was working because COVID hit. We were starting to shut down call centers, and my biggest client, I was like, I had to be on the calls at 5 a.m. What's going on? Well, St. Lucia got shut down. Honduras was shut down. So it was just a crazy time, and I think
Crazy they wouldn't take those call centers and just forward them to the house. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
do
and
everything from home.
No, for sure. I think that was kind of like when we did some of that, we did push people to go home. It was just like our company wasn't built for that at the time, so we had to kind of invent the work from home model for us, and we kind of learned. So we did send, like in Barbados, we sent a bunch of people home. Just, through multiple different things. So there's a lot of different. It's just a difficult time. There's a lot going on, but interesting to think about. You learned a lot about yourself. I think during that time and perseverance. I think you talked about. So
I'm gonna say something really personal on here, which
sure,
those at home, listening. This is something that I haven't shared with hardly anyone, but during COVID, I had a lot of things. I was going through a divorce.
Yeah.
COVID baby.
Same.
Lot of bad things, and I was in a bad spot mentally, and I remember being so depressed that I drove up to Kansas randomly.
Yeah.
All right. It was no work, didn't have to be anywhere, and I drove up to Kansas for bad intentions.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting in my car thinking this was it. And I heard my daughter's voice say, "I love you, Dad." And I'm not even making this up.
No, I don't think you are at all.
It was literally that during COVID that I said something's got to change. This isn't my time.
Yeah.
This isn't my time to leave Earth. And I drove back, and I got a better relationship with God, and I hold that really tight and dear to me now.
Absolutely.
And I think that's molded me into a better parent.
Yeah.
Obviously, and a better person. I think because who I was 15 years ago, I wouldn't like me. I was not a good person. I was a fun, happy-go-lucky guy, but would I have trusted myself with myself? Probably not. And so, to me, I look at COVID as an absolute blessing because I learned a lot of myself in regards to the trial and relations that I had to go through.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, COVID was rough, but it was definitely a character builder.
COVID was good, but it was bad for. I mean, it's COVID helped a lot of people, but it also affected a lot of people. It's a weird time in our lives. For sure.
It's crazy.
100%.
Like, how are we going to explain that to like our grandkids?
Grandpa, what was COVID like?
Like the plague, mother.
Well, I played Call of Duty.
We lost a lot of good men out there.
Yeah.
Where'd you lose a lot of good men?
Verdansk.
Verdansk, yeah. The few, the proud, the war zone.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all been through those difficult times. I think it's important sometimes to note that we're human beings. Mm-hmm. Like we're huge on, and people, if you listen to podcasts, suicide prevention and stuff. I've lost a ton of friends to suicide. It's something I hold dear to my heart.
Yep.
We want to be actively involved and, teaching people that there's always somebody out there that willing to talk to you or cares 100%. About you. And as you mentioned, you heard your daughter's voice, and I've been through some tough times through depression in my life too as well. I'm not, I didn't have the luxury of not going through some of that stuff. You talked about perseverance and going through the COVID time. I remember coming back from Oklahoma State. I moved back to Durant. I had to move in with my mom. I had 25 cents in my bank account. I felt like the biggest failure in the entire world, and I had gotten sick, lost my job, and I had to come back, and I was, and eventually went back to Southeastern. But it's those humbling times in your life that teach us that we're human, and you talked about God, and I don't want to get super religious on here, but I think it's important. I think you and I are a lot alike in that way. It's like, I don't myself 15 years, 20 years ago, a lot of real fun guy, but very selfish, very, all about me, want to go party, have a good time kind of a mentality. And, I've changed a lot over the years, being more, my daughter has been the biggest blessing in my life.
That girl dad bond.
Oh,
that is such a real thing. I cannot explain it.
It's real, man. Hashtag girl dad.
I'm telling you, dude, it is the greatest feeling in the world, but it's also a scary feel. It's scary in a great way. I don't know how to explain it.
I know, it's crazy. But so I appreciate you sharing that. I think it's something we can learn from, that none of us, how successful we are, how much money we have, we're all humans. We go through things, trials and tribulations, good times, bad times. I think it's what defines us who we are, but I know there's always a reason to keep moving forward, and we can accomplish anything that we want to put our mind to at the end of the day.
Well, I just want to say one thing.
Yeah, go
quick.
ahead.
You said you felt like a failure when you had 25 cents in your bank account.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of freaking money right now. You know what I mean? Like, I got so many kids, dude. 25 cents? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I saw a statistic on Facebook, whether it's accurate or not, that the average cost of a child is $400,000 or 400. Yeah, was it 400,000?
Feels like it.
That can't be right.
400,000. I think it was 400,000.
A year?
It's 400,000.
No, and I think in the lifetime to raise a child.
To be a girl dad? I was about to say. To be
I
a
think
girl
it's
dad?
$1
$400,000.
million.
Probably. I don't know. I have to go back and look at it. I may be quoting that wrong. All right. Well, we're going to close this out. You got any last final words? I think you kind of, I almost started crying there for a second, dude. I got a little teary-eyed.
I know.
Not even BSing. That was.
We didn't get too deep into It's Always Sunny, and I'm kind of sad about that.
We didn't.
We have to bring you back, man.
Cody cut us off, and
it's
then we
almost a
couldn't
2
go
hours
into
podcast.
Dayman.
Master of the night, man. So before we get into anything, I collect Funko Pops, and they did a Funko Pop series of some It's Always Sunny, and I'm trying to collect them, but one of them was like Conspiracy Charlie, when he's like doing the conspiracy board. Actually, some of the Funko Pops that were easier to get were the 9-man Kenneth ones, but I thought the only one I've gotten the newer series is Mac in the Duster.
You know what's crazy? Before we end this,
Yeah.
the younger generation, we're talking about 24 to 28, let's just say, or 18 to 28, range. They don't know what Always Sunny in Philadelphia is. No. I always ask.
Which is nuts. They're almost to 20 seasons.
I always tell them, like, hey, have you seen Always Sunny in Philadelphia? And they're like, no, I don't. Yeah. I'm like, are you serious? It's like the greatest comedy of all time. They're like, yeah, well, haven't we heard about it? Because you're dumb. I don't know.
Yeah.
Go check it out.
It's like kids don't know what The Simpsons are.
And then I literally tell them to go watch it, and they come back. They're like, yeah, I'm already on season 3, man. This thing's so funny. I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, it just doesn't get the clout that it should be.
It's so good.
It really doesn't. Sure. It's such a good show. If you haven't watched it, check it out. Like, it's so funny. If you like any of the shows that we've talked about, and it's just great.
The crazy part about it is that, like, we talked about the Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah.
You know how, like, it was one thing, and then it just that kind of comedy died down a little bit. And the comedy has changed for what used to be to what it is now.
100%.
Always Sunny, for 20 years, it's stayed the same.
Yeah.
And it's never changed the way that it presents comedy to you.
Yeah.
And it's generational. Like it doesn't matter whether you watch it 40 years from now, 20 years from now, or whatever. It's going to be funny. So
let me ask you, what is your favorite? What do you think was your favorite episode of It's
the
Always
recession.
Sunny? Really?
Yeah, the recession. That's
Okay.
one of
That's a
my
good
favorites. Because they don't know whether the bar is going to shut down or not, and
It's a good episode.
yeah,
It's the one, is that the one where they're like explaining why they've been doing these different things?
yes,
And somehow they end up with like different parts of the pandemic.
yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, we made costumes for these guys. I think my favorite episode was the episode where, oh man, I just went blank.
Well, that's all, folks. Thanks for listening in.
Thank you.
He's like, okay, fine, I'm ending.
He loves them all. That's
I
okay.
mean, there's a lot of great episodes.
There
It's
is. I
It's
mean,
hard
the
to pick
show's great.
one. I love, obviously, Nightmare Cometh is great. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Nightmare Cometh. I mean, that's if you ask anybody, that's probably the very top one
That's
on
a great-
everybody's book. I mean,
I
that
mean-
song is. You can start singing that song and somebody knows it.
That's a
you
good
know.
episode.
I also like the St. Patrick's Day episodes where they're like, oh, I got to catch the leprechaun.
Yeah. The St. Patrick's Day ones are really
Yep.
good, too.
The one who was on the cruise and he's like, oh, it's I can't remember how he kind of like says it, but he's like, oh, it's insinuated, you know.
Did you ever hear about how like Danny DeVito came in to play in that
Yeah,
TV show?
he had watched a little bit of it and he no, I guess
So that is one story to it, but it's not the actual truth. So one
so
season,
they wanted a big star. It was basically what I've
they
heard.
wanted a
they
big
wanted a big star,
Yep.
and so they suggested Danny DeVito. That's the one I've heard.
They said no. And so the execs, I mean, FX had just become a program at this time. So they when they said no, FX said, okay, well, we're going to cancel you. And, Rob Mack, which now Rob Mack, said, okay, we'll call him, and so they called him. He's said he had seen the show a little bit, and so they got him on to play the dad. And I think that was the best thing that ever happened.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
show.
He's so good in that show.
Yeah, he's great.
God, he's...
Yeah, Danny DeVito is great. When he comes out of the couch, or they're like, "Hey, say something bad about Frank Reynolds," and he's like, "Ah!" He comes out of the couch. That's great.
That's great.
Oh, man. Such a good show. I was
love
going
that
to say
show.
something.
I'm gonna watch it when I get home.
Yep.
Yeah, we got to get together and play some Warzone, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
Let's
Absolutely.
get together and watch him. It's always sunny.
Yeah.
Bro night.
While playing
Bro
Warzone.
Yeah, while playing Warzone.
Yep.
We didn't have Sunny in Philadelphia. I was going to...
Oh, Wild Card. That's the one I was gonna say.
Wild card.
Wild Card, bitches.
Wild card.
He's like going up to their doorstep. He's like, "Oh, you need some gas? I'm Charlie. I'm a cowboy from Texas."
Wild card. I think that might be my favorite episode.
That is a good episode.
Dude, that's a great one.
Like, no, Charlie, you're the wild card. He's like, "Oh, I cut the brakes because I'm the wild card." Bitches, woo!
That was my nickname in Barbados. They call me Wild Card. That's funny.
One more. The one where he's eating glue, cat food, and what is it? He's eating glue, cat food, and beer. And they're doing it because they've got 50 cats outside their window. And he's like, there's something about a weird mixture of this that makes you sick and go to sleep. Why do I want to get sick? Because you don't hear these cats crying.
He's trying to train D on like why it works out. And she goes in the hallway. He's like,
God.
"You went to the hallway after night?" Like,
We're going to have to do an Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode.
100%. Yeah.
For real.
She's like, you want to have all these cats if you didn't have 100 cans of cat food laying around. He's like, I got 100 cans of cat food, or I got 100 cats because there's 100,000 rats. Like, it's great, man. I can't.
All right. Well, I think that's going to close us out, man. Gabbard, I want to thank you. You have the gift of gab, no fun. This has been an absolute walk down memory lane.
Gift
Appreciate
of
you.
gab, I like that.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on. We'll hope to have you back, man. This was great. Now you're official bourbon nerd. So
Thank you, guys.
again, let us know, man. I'd love to get on 96.1 and
Yeah, we'll set that up.
you can rap
Yeah.
to the world, and I'll do some.
I'll get
beatbox
this guy
for you.
before in the morning. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'll get up at 4 in the morning for you.
I'll come to his house and stalk him. It's fine.
Yeah, you can't triple stamp a double stamp.
I'm all
You
down.
can't triple
Triple
stamp a
stamp,
double
double
stamp.
I'm all down with you. I'll just bring the bourbon into
Yeah.
into the studio.
Hey,
you know?
we can
100%.
bring it. It's okay.
I mean,
break
we're
it?
we're
Wanna
owned
drink
by the.
bourbon?
No, I mean, we're owned by the FCC.
Good
but they don't come
morning,
into the
Durant,
studio.
Oklahoma. We're drinking bourbon.
For OTA for a while.
6
It's fine.
Welcome in to Mix 96.1, and that pitch was just a bit outside.
Dude, he's good. He is really good. All right. Well, I'm Cody.
I'm Garrett.
And we are the Bourbon Nerds. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Like, subscribe, follow, and catch out Mike the Drop on 96.1. He has an app. Thank you.
The Bourbon Nerds podcast is hosted and executive produced by Cody Mills and Garrett Welch. The show is produced, mixed, and edited by me, Ethan Adams. The show features original music by Alex Pitts. You can find the Bourbon Nerds on all the major social media platforms. Please follow, rate, and review the show on Apple Podcasts or your podcast player of choice. It really does help the show. Please don't hesitate to send an email or message on social media. We love to hear your thoughts, comments, and bourbon suggestions. The Bourbon Nerds would like to remind the audience to always drink responsibly, know your limits, and never drink and drive. Be sure to check in every Sunday for a brand new episode. Cheers!